welcome to Dungeons and Drama Majors, the live stream D&D show where a bunch of us drama majors all cooped up in our little home together, get to sit around a table and play some Dungeons and Dragons together in a steampunk-themed universe that we created ourselves, where we have a bunch of fun and hope you guys watching have fun as well and enjoy the story that we're sort of making our way through with this crazy campaign.
Thanks, Gil. Happy to be here.
You're here. You've got to be here every week, or I'll be mad at you.
I've been waiting.
You can't escape from me. We're in the same house.
Yeah, I live here. I've been waiting all week to do this. This is
especially after that cliffhanger after the last episode. It's wild.
Yeah, we were just talking about. I was making a ramen on the stove last night, and then,
ramen, single ramen.
And Kale said something about, "Oh yeah, you guys left the stove on. That's why there's a fire." And then I thought, I left the stove on at 11 p.m. last night. We all went to bed, but I didn't. Don't worry. We're fine. We're fine.
Not ghosts.
None of us are dead.
We're good.
Yet.
Yes. Should we go check to make sure the stove is off before we play?
I already checked.
Nice.
I do it every hour.
Thank Brayden.
You go, Brayden.
Although, to be fair, if the house did burn down, we probably still would have made the stream happen tonight.
Absolutely.
Emily's amazing.
Em's very resourceful.
We may be in a park.
Holding a webcam each.
Yeah.
Some stranger's garage that they don't know that we're in. Just
Oh, yeah.
broke into someone's garage.
Oh my.
Play D&D. Makes it fun.
Makes it illegal.
The risk of getting caught is what makes it fun.
Yeah, well, characters doing things illegal, players doing things illegal, everything all comes together to one amazing thing.
We've been trying to do this stream legally as best as we can. And we've been
There's so many pitfalls.
Oh
you know?
my god, it would be so much easier to just steal film equipment. Kidding. So far, it's all been legal, baby.
Before we jump into things and do a little bit of a recap from last session, is there anything anyone would like to announce? Anything to say?
No.
Yes. I've been pushing again all week, trying to push out more facial hair. It's not how it used to be. It's not. I can't like reach under my face and feel hair. I don't know what to do. But hopefully by next week it'll be a full beard. We'll see. Just keep tuning in.
The hair growth is exponential, so by next week it should be like 10 times longer than it is right now, right?
It is.
Well, I hope so.
It is why the people are here.
Yeah.
It is
All from
why.
beard.
Other people are hair.
Here we are.
Here we are. We have a fire to attend to.
Yeah, let's put it out.
You guys do have a fire to attend to, so long as the fire on my computer doesn't stop me from playing music.
Firewall? You can deactivate
No
that
firewall.
in system preferences.
There we go. Alright, so
This music is my favorite one.
I actually really like this one. I found this one not long ago. Ian Post, if you're out there, you make good music on Artlist.
Ian Post is most of our
Ian
stuff.
Post is honestly most of our stuff. He is amazing.
I didn't
If
know that.
you're ever on Artlist and you need cool fantasy stuff, Ian Post. He's amazing. Anyhow, little recap from last session. We began things after the crazy events of the theater. Little heist information grab, beat people up, throw a trolley down the stairs, that whole shebang. We picked up at the party, dragging this body of a unconscious, faceless through the sewers, making their way back to Fontaine so that they could drop off both the information that they gathered as well as this unconscious body that would hopefully shed a little bit more light on what's going on the opiate side of things, on the faceless's sort of plans and what schemes they have planned for New Eden. Party made their way through the sewers with some pretty nice directional skills from Rex, and after just about getting to the Black Emporium, they had accumulated a small little following of rats who were quite interested in. At this point, the party was still completely invisible, so the currently floating body that was making its way through the sewers, gang of rats got kind of interested in what this body was doing and started to sort of nip at it. Party got worried that this would break the faceless out of their slumber, and so did a little bit of rat removal with some kicking and some smacking with canes and the like to get rid of the rats, which, Rats don't like kicking or canes, and
It
so
worked.
it's pretty successful.
Mercenaries are basically glorified exterminators anyway.
I mean, basically. But then the party made their way. They got to the Black Emporium, where Rex did a little bit of scouting to try and find a good way to get through the Black Emporium without raising any eyebrows. With the party bringing this unconscious body through, and after a little bit of a look through, talking to some people to get them out of the way, Rex then came back. Gave the party the information of sort of what things looked like. There were a few people waiting. Sent Isla in, invisible, still, to do a little bit of reconnaissance, see if she can find any of the Fontaine's boys' gang members that might be able to help them get to the aviary, Fontaine's home base. And Isla doing a little bit of window shopping on the way, picking up a little silver watch that she found on someone's stall.
With some rather incredible abilities, as we later discovered.
Very incredible abilities. It's a watch.
And it makes the owner invisible, purportedly.
Apparently. Isla did find the Fontaine's boys gang members, and after a little bit of a conversation, brought one of them back to the party to sort of figure out how to get this unconscious faceless through to the aviary. Doing a bit of like a roundabout route through the sewers. The party followed this gang member up to the entrance of the aviary, and that's where they parted ways. Brought the body up to Fontaine, had a bit of a conversation, sort of traded in some of the information that they got, and Fontaine offered them their reward. So that each party member got a small sack of 750 gold,
Oh,
as well.
We never counted it.
we didn't.
You guys
We never did.
You guys never did count the gold.
We each got 750 gold.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Like not total.
Not total. Each got 750 gold.
Hot damn.
But as well,
Let's
Fontaine, for
write
the
that
sort of
down.
added bonus of having collected the unconscious, faceless gang member, Fontaine also offered a selection of magical contraband items that she had found in a raid of an overseer's jailhouse not too long ago. And the party made some choices of some very unique magical items. Isla getting a ruby that allows her to throw daggers and return them to her hand. Ludie getting a tattoo that increases the lethality of his unarmed strikes, as well as the range potentially once every 2 days, can increase the range of his attacks.
Yeah.
And Rex got a spooky dark gem that allows him to number of times, a little bit of a recharge on it, cause people to have to make a charisma saving throw or take a bunch of damage, be frightened as well. Great little combo. But with that, party then headed back to Rex and Ludie's home to have a little bit of shut-eye before Ezen, the smuggler that the party has hired to contact Ludie's mom, before Ezen is supposed to get back to the party about what's what and what the plan is about rescuing Ludie's mom from the High District. And with that, as we brought the session to just about a close, Isla headed out early in the morning to go and pick up her mail from the Weirwood Meadery, where she currently has sort of like a little mailbox there.
As you
And
do.
sighted in the distance, back in the direction from whence she came, little plumes of smoke and flames sort of licking above the roofs of the houses. And that is where we're going to pick up on today's episode of Dungeons and Drama Majors. So, Isla,
Yes.
sitting on top of this roof, looking over to your right, back the way you came, you see like the sunrise and all this that is happening. The sun rising just beyond the west cliffs to the, or not the west cliffs to the east, or not the west cliffs to the west, but the Sea of Mists to the east. And you also notice little bits of smoke and flames coming from the houses that you left.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna climb down off the roof
Okay.
and go investigate.
Go and investigate. Okay. So climbing back down off the roof, making your way down the fire escape, start making your way back to Rex and Ludie's home. Meanwhile, at Rex and Ludie's home, Rex, you have been awake for a couple hours at this point, as you did have a lax sleep, and so you would have woken up
Oh,
not long ago.
excellent.
So you do have a couple hours if there's anything sort of pre-events that are happening right now, if there's anything you'd like to do.
I'm gonna just do it.
You should check and see if the house is on fire.
Nah, that's
The house
not
is-
really.
The house is currently not on fire.
I don't know if my character would do that. I just love that response as a D&D player. I'm not sure if my character would get a natural one on that attack.
Sure.
An 11. I just rolled that to see how violently I wake up, because I think that sometimes a lax-induced sleep can like kind of like jig you up. I feel like 11 is like just pretty basic, so
Oh.
kind of wake up, wipe the sweat from my brow, look over and see my sleeping boyfriend, and I'll just kind of wipe my snout and sit on the edge of the bed like you do, and just sort of like stare blankly at the floor for like 14 solid minutes. You know, like
Okay.
I'm pretty tired, and then I'm just gonna kind of look up, take a deep breath, stand up, and walk down to the fridge, and then just open it up. Like I'm in my boxers, and like I maybe grab like a satin black house coat that I have.
Okay.
Say I have that. And then watch the fridge, open it up, see everything's either spoiled or has been eaten. And just kind of close it. Still holding onto the handle. A deep breath. And I'm just gonna walk over to my lab, kind of inspect to see maybe if there's an option of me being able to make something. This is how the fire started. A bad meth lab accident.
Oh god.
I'm not sure if you have any
Ingredients.
left. You did, I believe you used your last in your last experimentation.
I have
to make
nothing.
your number of things for lax.
That's right. Yep. Nope. So I'm just gonna.
You did get some of that etheric. What's it called? Etheric powder?
The dust?
Oh.
The dust from.
Is it not called etheric?
It is.
But where was this from?
I don't
Star
have.
cookie.
I don't have any on me actually.
From the what? Sorry.
We got a bag of it.
Yeah,
in the
we
Star
have a
cookie
bag
case.
of
Oh,
etheric
in the
dust.
patchwork.
Yeah.
In the patchwork base. Yes, you did get a bag of powder from the patchwork base.
Oh, I actually don't remember that. When did that happen?
That
I
happened when
took
you
it.
guys were piloting.
Jade.
Piloting Jade, and we're like, Jade would take a bag of this random dust, because why not?
I totally. Yeah. Yeah. And okay. Even if you didn't want it, we have it now. Well, I don't know how to work that stuff. That's exactly how the fire started. I caused a freaking.
Because of fire.
Let's do it.
I'm railroading you there.
I'm doing the. Then I'll safely experiment with this powder, and not try to make the star cookies, but like do what I want to know, based on my knowledge of being like making homemade narcotics, what this powder could be used for.
Okay, give me a alchemist tools check.
Oh, I like that. So do I add a stat in proficiency?
It would be just so it's dice and proficiency.
Okay, so +3, natural 20.
So going through this dust, it is very chalky, like a very dry dust.
Okay.
And as you sort of handle a little bit more, you realize it has like this like very slight green tint to it. It's like almost white, but then has a bit of a green tint.
Okay.
Feeling through it starts to sort of get like kicked up a bit in the air, and as you inhale a bit, you recognize the smell almost immediately. It's a substance that usually isn't, like, it's not that rare, especially in the drug world. It's mostly used as like a filler, something to help bind other agents together. It is a powdered slug. It is a slug that comes from the Nessian wilds that is then gathered in large quantities, dried, and powdered, and is used in a lot of narcotics making as sort of like a binding agent for narcotics.
Dried and powdered slug.
Yes.
I have to know. Did you just make that up?
No, that's what it's been all along.
Man,
You've been
this
eating
is how
slug
amazing
cookies.
Kel is. He knows stuff like that. I think that's amazing.
Okay. So my dried and powdered slug.
So you have like, and it's like a lot. Like Jade got like a bag of this stuff.
It's like probably more than one whole slug body. It's like when you eat a burger.
There are many slug bodies.
How many
in that.
cows are in the burger?
I'd hope just
So-
one.
But you don't know that.
You don't know that.
I've been quiet for about 25 minutes in this building that I live in, and then I'm just gonna kind of say out loud, like kind of loud, this is slug. And then stare at the bag and then realize I just made a loud sound and then I kind of like look up to the loft. I see that Ludie's fast asleep. And
I can't not smile.
and seeing the lack of reaction, I kind of just like hold it up and
Sorry.
oh, maybe. And I'm just gonna leave it on the counter. I'm just gonna leave it on the counter so it's there. So I don't think we're gonna need it in adventure. Dried and powdered Nessies.
Nice luck. Well,
Barter tool. Could be a barter. I don't know, man. Yeah, give me. I don't.
Chalky slug powder. I don't know.
I'm-
You do.
You just give me time and I don't know what to do with it. So I'm gonna do nothing.
Okay. So just sort of hang around the house. You do notice that Isla's not there. Is one
Okay.
thing you do notice. Is that Isla's gone.
Oh, that's an important thing. And I kind of like look. I kind of like go to sit on the couch and then I see the pillow that Ludie put out that for Isla and I kind of.
No, I never put out a pillow for Isla.
I never put out a pillow
See this
for Isla.
spot I would expect her. Not there. Gotta look back to the fridge, look at the lock. I'm gonna just like go to the door and imagine this window right beside it with some curtains. I'm gonna open the curtains and kind of wipe away the grime and peer through into the streets. I don't see any Isla.
Nope, don't see any Isla. You can see that like the sun is just starting to peek over the through the slits of the buildings. So
Sunrise.
sun's starting to rise on New Eden.
I whoosh, draw the curtains again. I gotta back away. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna conjure the pistol. And now it has this crystal shard on the side. I want to cast Mage Hand to like hold it in front of me without using my hands. And just with my hands on my lap, I'm just gonna kind of look and then use my action to change it to the blunderbuss. Still Mage Hand holding it up, and then just keep changing it and observing it, kind of turning it in front of me, rotating. That's all I want to do.
Okay. So sitting there observing, Ludie sleeping above you.
Yep.
You are sort of shaken out of the little bit of like a little trance-like
For sure.
sort of situation that you're in
Yep.
at that moment. Let's see if.
while you're doing that, everyone in the chat right now is saying how amazing Gale is. I agree.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yes.
But sitting there watching these guns come before you, sort of feeling like this little bit of connection to your patron.
Yes.
You are shaken out of this very, very focused stupor that you're in, very focused on these guns, and sort of the rest of your house comes back into view as you see that right in front of you, the window, like sitting at the couch that you're at, the window pretty well like directly to your right,
Yeah.
has been shattered and something is smashed across the floor. And as you look down, you see little bits of flames start to lick the floor. And then you see another one come flying through. You hear another triplet of shattering sounds as the other 3 windows around your house are broken in and small bottles are thrown into your house.
And
Does this wake me up?
This does wake you up, and I need both of you to roll for initiative.
Holy crap!
Ludie at disadvantage.
My Mage Hand drops a blunderbuss on our coffee table. That's what it was last was. Just saying. Just saying. And holy butts, this is okay. That's a good roll. Hey, that was a good roll.
Yeah, me
You
too.
want to give me a little? It feels good. 20.
And from where you're sitting, Rex, one of them that comes bursting through
Oh, no.
one of the other windows lands like just to the side of the couch that you're sitting on. I'm gonna hold this up just for a moment so that our wonderful viewers can also see it, because unfortunately we don't have a battle cam.
Oh, I can take a picture and put it on Twitter.
Ooh, okay, that would be fantastic, actually. If you would like to do that.
Put it on the Twitter.
These things are fire.
Oh my
I just have
god.
a black pen, so everything is black.
Did you bring your opera binoculars?
And then we
I don't have any.
Ludie just
Dude,
sleeping up there.
you have-
Rex
you
is
have
down
opera.
My real life opera binoculars?
Yes.
No.
So that we can see the battle net from here.
Oh, they're upstairs.
And they could be down here.
Okay.
Could be.
Now, for those of you live, we'll do a little live showing
Yeah.
of. I wonder if I can get this.
Oh yeah.
There you go. So,
So-
that's the house. These little things. I can hold this with one hand. Oh no, other side.
Yeah.
There you These little things are the little pools of flame that have started to coalesce on the floor. I'm going to try and put this in a position where you guys can see it relatively well. It's important to see.
I have an embarrassing question.
You do.
Is it a battle mat or a battle map? It's both, right?
It's both because this is a mat and a map. So I think this thing is actually called Battle Mat TM. So
What do I write on the Twitter so I don't get attacked?
I'd say battle map.
I'd say Battle Map just in case the trademark people come after us and that's for some reason a attack on their trademark. I don't know how it would be, but
Again, so far
Anything would be an advertisement, so.
yeah, anything we're doing, we're just doing free advertisements.
But as I've said before, everything's been legal up to this point. So we're really trying to stay on that track. Like, for example, if I turn this mug around, you'll see exactly who made it. And maybe we don't want to tell you.
Maybe we don't.
Yes.
So both of you
Strategically.
crazy boys, give me a roll for initiative.
I did it.
I did it too.
Can I tell you what I got?
Yeah.
Is it higher?
35.
What the? No.
He got a 20.
That is impossible with disadvantage.
He got a 20. And I got to 17.
Well, that's
With
good.
disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Shoot.
That's really good.
So you got a 20, like a flat 20.
17 plus 3, 20, yeah.
20? Okay, so we got, we'll put you first.
Can you imagine if I had beat you with disadvantage?
That would have been. I would have loved for you to beat you with disadvantage.
I would have too.
Okay,
So like I'm so on edge whilst sleeping, like
Yeah,
Rex,
never
these,
really resting.
these quite
It's true.
obviously Molotovs come through the window.
Yeah.
There is now 5 patches of flames that are starting to lick their way across the floor. You are sitting on the couch here. What would you like to do?
I'm just about to give you an opportunity though, Kale. Molotov is like a Russian, our world name for, a flaming bottle. I'm wondering if there's a Nessian Wilds or New Eden or even like, greater world slang for a firebomb.
A fire bottle.
Fire. Then I like jump up like as the blunderbuss boom hits the coffee table. I see all these flames. I literally jump up onto the couch, so I'm standing on it, and I shout, I say, "Ludie, fire bottles on the rug, fire bottles on the Nessian carpet." And I look to see the carpet that I once was playing with building blocks, pretending that I was some great constructor or engineer, is now on fire. And I'm gonna reach down and grab the blunderbuss off the table as I hop onto the table, just like move another
Yep, like
5 feet,
5 feet onto the coffee table.
staying away from the flames, and I think rapidly of maybe a way I can put out the fire. How many fires do I see? 5?
You currently see 5. One of them is like 10 feet away from you between the couch and the love seat.
Yeah.
Another 2 are over by the what is that? The little storage closet that
Yeah.
you guys have.
Okay.
And another 2 are over close by like the stairs, kitchen, back door area.
Could you show me where the closet is?
Closet's over here.
It's like on Overcooked when the fire's just so up everywhere.
Okay. Rex would probably forget because he's not concerned with his safety. But I'm going to see if I can quickly remember if I have, and this would be a responsible drug dealer's move, if I have a fire extinguisher on site.
Give me a history check.
Yeah. And I'm not like, gonna look unless, it's a 3?
You do recall vaguely that at some point Ludie said like, hey, Rex, we're doing like dangerous stuff with drugs. We should get a fire extinguisher.
of course.
You're unsure of whether you went through and got one.
Oh my god, Rex, you're such an idiot. You should have just gone and bought one. It would have been the easiest. Ludie, wake up! And I'm going to jump and run to the door.
Okay. So 5, so you did 5, this would be 10, 15, 20 feet gets you to the front door.
And is there a window right by it?
There's like a small little window right by
The
the
one I
front
just
door.
peeked through looking for
Yes.
Isla? How big is the hole that has been broken through? Is it the whole pane shattered in now?
So the window that was thrown through isn't the window by the door. It's a window that like looks out onto the main street. Because this
Okay.
window looks out onto one of the side streets.
Okay, good.
The two of the front windows that were broken here, this is onto like Main Street, Middle District.
Yes.
And then this is just one of like the smaller side streets that your front door opens onto.
Cheeky. Oh, I don't know. Okay, and I think quickly, if someone were to throw a firebomb bottle into my house, then they're probably not with the overseers, therefore going to apprehend me if I step onto the streets. But if there's a lot of them and I show myself, then this is a cowardly attack. They're trying to burn the place, so it's got to be a criminal. And I want answers. So I'm going to look out the window.
Okay, give me a perception check.
What are the odds that this is not one of the million people we pissed off and it's just someone random?
Hey, fuck
This is
you!
just-
Hey, I don't like you guys.
Hey! It's just
Noise
someone who wanted to
complaint.
commit arson.
Yeah.
It's actually like has nothing to do with you guys. It's just someone who likes burning buildings.
Just a random attack.
You guys just got
random
randomly
arson.
Yeah, I want to know who's done this.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Oh, great. Oh, hey, 15.
Okay, so looking out onto the street, again, sun's like just starting to rise, so you're seeing most of it in your dark vision grayscale. You see the two houses directly across the street, and you do see someone over hereabouts.
Oh my
Got
God.
a little character for them.
So like across the street. at
So
an angle
across
from
the
me.
street at an angle from you, so map-wise it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, about like 40-ish feet away, that is currently like leaning down and lighting another bottle.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Then, do I have an action still?
You do. You'd have to use like it'd be a item action to open the door.
I see that and I gasp and then calm myself and I go, oh no you don't. And I'm gonna clutch the black dragon scale necklace I have and kind of pop it off my neck and just hold it in a fist at the window. I wanna hold my action to when I see them ignite the like rag, I wanna shoot 2 eldritch blasts right at the bottle.
Okay.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
preparing your action to do that. Okay.
I wanna use, can I choose to like, if I miss with the first beam, you know, shoot the second at him, you know what I'm saying? Like, can I shoot, I get 2 beams that I can choose their targets.
Yes.
Can I like choose my targets when I get the roll? Or do I have to say I want to shoot both at the bottle now? Because like, if one hits the bottle, I want to hit him with the second. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, like regardless, I won't have you shoot one at the bottle, break the bottle, and then shoot at the empty bottle hand.
Okay, sweet.
That,
Okay.
that would just make more sense.
Oh, I hope this is gonna be fun.
So Rex
Yeah.
pulls open the door, pulls off the chain, and begins to prepare to cast Eldritch Blast. As
Yes.
this guy doesn't seem to really be watching, like is mostly just focused on lighting this this fire bottle.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, inside,
Oh.
that one there, cardinal directions, 1, 2, 3. So this extends this way, so there's now more fire that way. This one extends the opposite way, so now there's like a big old pool of fire here. These ones are extending, this one extends over to here,
This is goodbye.
and this one extends over to here. So fire start burning in the house, and the guy that you're looking at flicks the lighter onto the fire bottle.
Bousseau!
Okay, fire those 2 shots.
Yep.
Give me a roll to hit for the first one. So
Okay.
First one on the bottle.
Zing zing zing. Oh. It's a nat 1.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh,
Give me another roll to hit.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of low. TBH. Oh, whoa. My bonus is pretty good though. 15.
So preparing the first shot, you hear behind you like the roar of these crackling flames as
Yeah.
they begin to spread. And there's actually one that I forgot to spread, and that's why you get distracted. You hear the roar of the
Oh,
flames,
no.
and you turn around to find out that your love seat has been completely engulfed in the flames that have started to like lick up it. And as you look up, you turn towards the guy that's lighting the fire bottle, and you fire the first shot, and it just goes wide. And you see across the street, this figure standing there lighting the bottle looks up as the bolt comes towards them, and they sort of duck out of the way, and it bursts through a window
Beside
behind them, and seems to like explode inside that house.
I just hit the inside of a
You just-
different house.
Someone else's house. You just blew open their like the whole window
Okay.
blows open, and they like turn around to look, turn towards you as the second one gets shot.
And as I cast it, I'm kind of like closing my eyes from the flames and not really looking at them. And just the second, roll! That natural 20!
Oh god!
Oh, what's going on
Okay,
tonight?
so
Oh my god.
so 10 damage plus 1d10 plus
I
charisma.
didn't get my dice out.
Jackson.
Come on. 10. I don't have the plus charisma. Unless you want to give it to me.
Oh, you don't have that
No.
invocation. Oh, okay.
No.
No, then you don't.
Not a blasty fellow.
So it's a 10 plus 1d10.
Here's the
Which
10.
is still very good.
It's a 10!
So 20 points of damage.
Yeah.
Firing this bolt, looks like the individual was focused on the broken glass behind them.
Yep.
They turn around to face you as they like start to cock their arm with the Molotov to just, instead of throwing it at the house, to throw it at you. And like right as they're beginning their arc, Eldritch Blast right to it, and it explodes above them and just rains flames down on this person.
That's pretty
Brutal.
pretty heavy. Yeah. So is
God,
burning
that's
someone's
almost
home down.
max damage. So
Sounds
they
like
take
one of the bloaters in the last
Yeah.
13 points of fire damage as the like heavy leather cloak that they're wearing just gets completely ignited, and it looks like they're swinging, they're trying to like pat themselves off, but they are now completely on fire.
Okay.
So there's now an on fire dude in the street.
I was hoping for that.
There's a broken window,
Could be a nurse.
and could be a nursery, and flames are licking at the inside of the house. And Ludie, it is your turn. You start prone. You're laying in bed. You like begin to open your eyes as you hear like the sound of something break. You hear Rex shout out. You're not quite conscious enough
Rex?
to hear what he said, but you hear Rex shout out. You hear the front door open, and you hear the telltale sound as you have begun to become quite used to it of Rex's of these eldritch blasts being fired, and then you hear screaming out in the street.
Okay, I whip off the blanket, and we have our bedroom's a loft, right?
It's
So
a
I'm
loft,
gonna lean
yeah.
over the balcony, and
Okay.
what do I see?
So standing up, so half a movement to stand up, and 5 feet to the balcony. You look over the balcony. You see the floor pretty well dead in front of of one of your 2 windows that looks out into the street. There's a large patch of flames that is just like spreading across the floor. Looking over towards a little seating area, you see the love seat that you have has now begun to get completely engulfed in another pool of flames. And then looking below you, you can see and you can actually feel the heat rising. There's also like a small fire that seems to be snaking its way underneath the loft.
What does it cost me, like rules-wise, to assess whether or not it's even possible to try to put out these fires? Like essentially, like maybe I don't even need to assess it, but I'm trying to figure out like whether or not anyone in this situation would look at that and be like, time to get a bucket, or if they'd look at it and be like, time to get out, just because I'm having a hard time picturing. You know what I mean?
Give me a survival check.
Okay, is this my action?
No, it will not be.
Okay, thank you. Can you imagine if I got a nat 1? I was like, oh, it's just a spark.
Oh, there's actually nothing going on.
Come back to the
It's a 10. Very
A 10?
average, yeah.
Looking through the house, it looks like you've woken up just at the beginning of whatever has started happening.
Yeah.
The flames have begun to spread, but it doesn't look like it's like the whole house isn't in danger of coming apart. But it looks like if you are able to put these fires out, the house will have already sustained like some pretty decent burning. But you're not at the point where it's like there is 0 chance of me putting out these fires.
Okay. I'm gonna come crashing down the stairs.
Okay.
And where is Rex at this moment? Just as I come down the stairs.
As you come running down the stairs, so that was half your movement. Your movement is 55 feet.
It's 55 feet.
So that's 30 feet, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and you get down to the bottom of the stairs, running down the stairs, sort of holding on to the little bit of like a rickety banister that you guys have.
Yeah.
You look across your kitchen over to the front door, and you see Rex. You can sort of see his silhouette standing in the door, looking to something outside. And actually, from where you are, you can see through the window, which is now busted. There's a busted window in front of you, and you can see dead across the street there is someone in like thick robes that is currently completely on fire.
Okay. I yell to Rex, "Don't kill him, we need to question him." And then I go to the kitchen, and I'm going to start getting a bucket of water.
Okay. So running to the kitchen, and
Do we have, I'm assuming we have like pots and pans, like can I pull out a mat, like one of those big, like huge, I'm getting our biggest basin.
pull out like the biggest pot you have. It's probably about like yay big around and yay deep. It's like a big old pasta pot, and start filling it with water.
I'm gonna fill it with water, and And is that my action?
That will be like filling it with water will be the rest of your turn, because it'll take you a hot sec to fill it with. It's mostly just the speed of the water coming out of the tap. It's not going to take 6 seconds to fill a.
As I do, we have a bathroom, right?
Yes, you do.
Can I move to the bathroom and turn on the tap?
Yeah.
Like get the pot going and then run to the bathroom.
If you
and
use
turn on
a
the tap?
bonus action a bonus action dash with the key point,
Yeah.
you can make it to the bathroom. And then you can make it to the bathroom and then use your action to turn on the faucet in the bathroom.
All
that
in
was
this one
item.
turn?
Yes, that was item action on this one. Item action to get the pot and start filling that one. There'll be bonus action dash and then action to start filling up the second one.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the bathroom, and all I'm planning on doing is, like, is it a bathtub or is it a shower stall?
It is. I believe in yours, it's just just shower stall, single shower head.
Okay, I turn it on and I angle it so that it's like streaming onto the floor. And as I'm running back, I yell back at Rex, I mean it! Don't kill him!
Okay, so you are now. This is bathroom. Okay, so in bathroom, you've sort of like run around a little bit of the fire that's now sort of in the spot between the bathroom and the kitchen. There's a fire that's starting to spread, so you run around that fire and get to the bathroom and start filling that basin, that next big old thing full of water.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was doing that in the kitchen, right?
You got the basin in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and then
Oh, I have another basin.
I thought that's what you wanted to do was bring a basin. You don't have to. You
Oh.
don't want to bring.
I meant, well, sure, that works great. I meant that I wanted to make the water stream, like turn the shower head so it's going onto the floor.
Oh, your shower head doesn't turn.
Okay.
This is a shitty shower.
Okay, well then yes, I'm filling it up, but I'm leaving both taps on. Hopefully they overflow and start to spill out onto the floor.
Okay. So doing that, you start to get as much water as you can. Meanwhile, 7 plus 5 is 12. So 14 points. So the house is suffering fire damage from the fires that have begun to spread. Meanwhile, we jump back up to the top of initiative with Rex.
And as Ludie's been saying all this stuff, in like getting on the extinguishing duties, I start shouting out through the roar of the flames, saying, "So if they're throwing fire bottles into our home from the streets, then they are cowards, and they know our strength. They know," and I grab the door handle of our front door, "our abilities," and I'm gonna boom, throw it open. Say, "So that's why they didn't try to slit our throats in our sleep." And I kind of step out into the street.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to look at the guy who's burning.
Okay. Guy who's burning is on fire.
Still burning.
Still burning.
Burn, baby, burn.
And it's not far until the corner, and I can look down the main road.
Yes.
Do I know where this main road leads? Like, right where
this
it'll
this
take
main
me?
road, it is like literally one of the two. There are two main roads that sort of bisect the mid district that like lead to both like the east and western sides of the mid district.
And they run
This
north.
one's main streets. This is the northernmost, or the northernmost towards the high district of these two large veins in the mid district.
They run east-west.
They run east-west, and like this street is about 30 feet wide. Like it's a wide street.
And it's very early morning.
Very early morning.
You guys woke up, or at least stayed up all night. Loser. I'm gonna look down
Losers.
Main Street.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move to do
So
that.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get to the corner.
Yes.
Looking down the corner, you see another two individuals
Oh my god.
that are
Oh, they're
making
running?
their way back down the street. They're just walking away, trying to seem sort of inconspicuous, but they still have the same like heavy, thick robes that you saw the other one
Oh, okay.
wearing.
So I can recognize based on what they're wearing.
Yeah.
Losers. How far away are they?
These ones from you, the closest one is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 70 feet away.
How much movement do I have left?
At this point, you have another 5 feet. So get them within 65 feet.
Really? Okay. They're far.
They're far!
I wish I was faster, like you. Freaking frick. I can't move an extra 5 feet. I need to be within 60 feet to do a thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Well, can't you do the thing at the disadvantage?
This is a
Range.
spell that has a range of 60 feet, and I.
Is it like an area of effect spell? Could you hit them with the area?
No, it's a single target. I'd have to just like. Well, they're trying to walk away inconspicuously.
Yeah.
I've got a better idea. I'm going to use my action as I see the flames. I like kind of run around the corner. I see that, and I think quickly, and I'm about to cast a spell, but they're out of reach. I'm going to cast Disguise Self,
Okay.
and I'm going to disguise myself to be just like the guy who was burning.
Okay.
Just with less flames on my body.
So with less flames, so you disguise yourself as just sort of like it's a very vague general humanoid shape.
Yep.
With like these just heavy robes
And I'm gonna
all over you.
I'm gonna tuck my cane down like my back. Oh my god, I was wearing a robe. Can we say I was? Oh, I wasn't armored. No way.
No, you came out the front door in that satin shirt and
my
your boxers.
But now I have all my clothes.
Yeah, like no one can see that you're naked, but you are still very much in your underwear.
I don't have my cane sword, guaranteed. But I was carrying a blunderbuss, so I'm gonna.
I believe your cane sword is your hex weapon right now, which I think
Oh my
means
god,
you
I
can summon it.
can just summon it. Okay, well, that's good to know. But I have nothing other than just my robes.
Yeah,
My robes and my
your robes
disguise.
and your underwear. Yeah.
This is so Walter White. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna point a gun at the cops coming down in the desert. This is awesome. I'm just gonna use all my movement to continue forward, which
Okay.
is 5 feet.
Yep, another
Great.
5 feet.
Bless you, Kale.
You're so welcome.
And I just want to know if, for Jackson, is this a fruitless task to follow them at the pace that they're going, or will I be able to gain on them based on how fast they're moving?
They're not moving very quick. You
Great.
can definitely catch up to
Then
them.
I'm gonna move with like a speedy walk, trying to catch up to your friends kind of vibe,
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. So Rex begins to go after these guys. This guy does something and disappears from that spot because he's no longer standing in that spot anymore. But is still burning. It's another 4 points of damage on him. From there, we go to the fire, which that one spreads once upwards. Oh god. Spreads once upwards and once thiswards. So fire is now taking up a lot of space in that front bit. These ones still a bit of a small fire, so that first one is a double, but it spreads both in the same direction.
Oh my god.
So those two spread this way, making themselves into a larger fire, and the more the fire begins to touch into itself, the more dangerous it gets because it starts to burn hotter. Like it's less
yeah.
dangerous if the fire is spread out, but if it clumps up like this, it's a little bit more dangerous. That one spreads out, so covering more ground, but not as dangerous. And that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and there is now flames just outside of the bathroom door, Ludie. They're not like roaring flames, but like flames have started to now like lick towards the door. And that guy doesn't have a Molotov to throw because he's running. And those guys have dipped. So that is them. Now it is Ludie.
Okay, is the pot full of water?
So you are currently in the bathroom, filling up the pot in the bathroom. At this point, pot's about like, say 3/4 full of water.
Okay. Okay. Can I just wait until it fills up? Like, holy shit, fill it faster?
Yep, so
Okay.
wait a couple more seconds, fills up like a little bit more.
Is it all the way full?
It's not all the way full.
Okay, fuck it.
Getting
I'm just
close.
gonna grab the pot and I'm gonna throw it onto the nearest flames I see.
Okay, so turning around, hucking it towards these flames. Give me a roll to hit. So just roll on a d20, you're not proficient with it, but add your dex.
17.
17. So hucking out this big ol' thing full of water,
Yeah.
you're able to douse 2 of these little patches of flames.
Okay.
Okay. Can I move? That's my whole action, or can I move to the kitchen?
That was your item action, so that's sort of one of your water actions, quote unquote.
Okay.
But you can now move to the kitchen.
Great.
Want to head to the kitchen and grab that water?
Head to the kitchen and grab that water.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 50 feet gets you to the kitchen. Getting to the sink. Unfortunately, the sink's a little bit slower at filling up a pot than a full shower, so this one's only about half full.
Okay. Frick, I forgot to say, I want to... Okay, the pot that I have right now, I'm going to put it underneath the sink. Like, I'm going to put it underneath the tap, like, trade them out.
Trade them out?
And with this half pot, I'm going to go to the fire that's just right in front of me right there.
Yeah, so go to this one.
Yeah. And douse it out as much of it as I
Okay.
can.
For this one, roll me on a D8. D8 water damage to the fire.
8.
8? Ooh. Hell yeah. So even with less water, you're able to hit the same amount of area as you hit with the last one, dousing 2 of the spots of fire.
Okay. And do I have anything? Is that my...
So those are both of like your item actions.
Okay. So I still have an action?
You still, well, that's both of your things to do with items. So you could still use a bonus action to dash. But you can't do any more like throwing things on fires. That's your 2 sort of fire dousing. The 2 actions that you could use to douse fire.
Can I run upstairs and grab one of our blankets from the bed?
Yes. So using another key point to do a key point dash. You
Wait,
could.
I can't. Wait, sorry. Is an item action an action?
So in your turn, there's like a lot of actions that you actually don't end up using in most things in most D&D combats, and one of the things you have is an item action, which is like open a door, pick up something, and something like that. And some saying that can be used as throwing water. And you've used your basic action to get the other one and throw that water.
Yeah.
So you don't have an item action or an action left, but you do have, if you wanted to use a bonus action to do a key point dash, you could.
Okay. So in a turn, I can't do an action and an item action.
You can do both. You just did both.
I did both.
Yes.
Okay, got it. No. Today's the day we're supposed to hear from Ezen, right?
Today's the day you're supposed to hear from Aslan.
I gotta save my key points.
Okay.
I think. So no, I'll wait till my next turn. How much movement do I have left?
That's all your movement.
That's
It was
all my
55 feet to get there and then back to the fire.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till my next turn.
Okay.
Okay. From there, house continues to burn. So that's 5 times. 5 times 5, so that's 25 points. Brings us to. Okay. So, house is burning. House is on fire.
Yeah.
Rex, what would you like to do?
Well, I see them walking in front of me, and they're now 65 feet away.
Yep.
Does it look like they're...
At this point, they would have probably moved about another 5 feet.
Oh, really?
Because their turn was just this last one after you, so they would have moved about another 5 feet away.
Well, I'm gonna split the diff. I'm gonna go, 30 feet.
30. Okay.
And I'm gonna call out, but I'm gonna raise my hand to my face. Did I get a look at what the person's face looked like? Great, this is awesome. Then I'm gonna cover my face and start coughing, like a smoker's cough, like my lungs just got filled with smoke. And I'm gonna and see if they turn around when I do that.
One of them does. This one here does turn around to face you.
And hood concealing my eyes at least, and this concealing my mouth. I'm gonna say, wait up, and cough.
They turn around and look like they're keeping on walking.
Oh, they know how dangerous I am, without knowing that I'm right behind them. Then I'm gonna stop where I am, seeing that they're not following, and I'm just gonna stand there in my robe but disguised, and I still have the dragon scale necklace in my hand.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna clutch around it, and I'm gonna dangle it by a finger, so that like all the scales are dangling. It's on a string. And I'm gonna kind of like use it as a whip, almost like a wand, like a swish and a flick, and whoosh, kind of like there's like a whipping motion. But I don't have to say anything for the spell. I cast Mind Spike
Okay.
at the one who looked.
At the one who looked?
And-
Okay.
and-
What's the save for Mind Spike?
It's a wisdom saving throw against my DC.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. That is a natural 16 plus 1, 17.
Oh, yeah, that beats my DC. They're gonna take damage. Wait, let's see. Yeah, I failed save. So they're gonna take some damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll roll it. 3 d8s. Bop, boom, 2. Bop, B, 7, and Shazam, 2. So 11.
11 points of damage.
11 psychic.
So this guy, you cast the spell, and you see like he starts to like hold his head, and like you hear like a little bit of like a cry out. The other one sort of like looks over to him as he's like holding both of his, holding his head in both of his hands.
Okay. I'm gonna stay where I am, and I've now cast the spell. My disguise stays up, and I'm gonna hold the thing in my hand and act totally normal. Keep following them.
Okay.
At the jogging pace I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So keeping up.
Yeah.
From there, I'm just trying to gauge distance now because you're about 1 turn away. If you're making your way back, you're about 1 turn away at this point. So next initiative, I'm gonna have you roll on the initiative. But from there we go Rex. The fires keep spreading. So 1, 2, 3, 4 fires. That one goes 1, 2, 3, fills up this space, and that one goes 1, which is the space of the fire, so it fills the next closest space.
I do have to amend something. They take an extra 2d6 because I just cast it at 4th level.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 2d6s. It's a 1. It's a 5. It's 6.
It's another 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
So 17 in total.
Yes.
17. Okay.
Thank you. Just in case he wants to,
This one is actually kind of scary now.
Just in case he wants to
That's
drop
a 4,
unconscious
1, 2,
right
3,
now.
4.
Stop running away.
Yeah.
Do you hate when arsonists do that?
And 1, 2.
No,
Oh
because
god.
then he can touch them. Get the information.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Ludie, it is now your turn. You see the fire that you're dealing with, it's not really fighting back much, like you're gaining ground
Yeah.
on this fire. You put out, in map terms, you've put out 4 squares of fire and it only relit 2 squares.
Mhm.
But the fire that's in the far corner is growing larger and larger and is now getting quite a bit closer to your guys' storage cabinet.
God. Okay. That's the storage closet right there.
That's the storage closet right there.
Okay. Are there any blankets in this room?
There are blankets on your bed.
In this room though, like do we have like a stack of blankets somewhere?
The only place that you would have blankets is on the couch, which has now lit on fire.
Oh.
my god.
Okay. Do we have a? Do we have a rain barrel? Like that our eavesdrops flow into?
There's no rain barrel out back. Mostly all the rain just flows into grates and into gutters and is drained out of the city.
Okay. Okay. I run upstairs.
Okay? Yeah, easily make it.
And I whip the blanket off of our bed.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have saved a couple feet of movement there at all by taking it?
No, that's the least you could do to
Okay,
get to
great.
bed.
I whip off a blanket.
Okay.
And I'm going to run back to the bathroom. How far do I get?
So getting to the bathroom, the closest...
No, never mind. I'm gonna. I feel like you're gonna make the blanket go on fire, but I know that you can stifle fire with blankets. But you're gonna make the blanket go on fire.
Well, it depends which fire you try to put out with the blanket. Because the blanket, in square terms, if you unfold the full blanket, it'd be probably, give you the benefit of the doubt, I'll give you like a 10 foot by 10 foot square that the blanket can fill.
Yeah.
If you try and fill a square larger than that, the fire is going to beat the blanket. But if the blanket's bigger than what it's trying to smother, then it works because you actually smother it instead of just the fire going
Okay,
around.
okay, I'm
Logic.
okay, I'm not going to go to the bathroom and just go back to that space by the storage cupboard.
Okay, so
And-
you're here, that was about 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So 55 could get you either here or down here, whichever side you want to go on, or back to the sink.
And that's flame. Wait, no, I'm gonna go to the. Sorry.
No, totally.
So
Braden, where'd you go?
this is fire. This is not fire.
These are not fire, this is fire.
And this is so. And this is the storage closet.
That's the storage
I
closet.
want to come to here. So
Come to there, so
whatever-
the closest you can get is here.
Okay, and
And then
now
run up the stairs and run down. So you would have to either use an action dash or a bonus action key dash.
So like something like
can I
this.
do
or
an
I
act,
don't know.
use an action dash and then
Oh, yeah,
item
that'd be
action
kinda
cool.
using the blanket
Try
on fire?
and smother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
Braden, if you're here somewhere, please come back. Oh!
Hi.
Thank God!
Here I am.
Okay, so you get to the big fire.
Yeah, and I just grab this blanket and I start stamping it down on. I can't see on the map. What's the storage closet?
So the storage closet, so you want to get to the storage closet?
Yeah.
So the storage closet's over here, so you could get to the storage closet there.
Okay, and now on like those four squares, I'm just I throw the blanket down on it and I start stomping down
So
on
since
the
the fire in that area is like a 15-foot fire, if you put the blanket down to try and stifle that, the fire from around it is going to light the blanket on fire.
I think you said a 10 by 10.
But if the fire is bigger, so the fire is bigger than a 10 by... Like, if you tried to stifle this, you could, because that's 10 by 10 is the full size of the fire. But this fire is a 15 by 15 by 15 by 15 square.
Oh, I thought I meant like the part of the fire. So I can't try to stifle like the corner of it and work my way through?
You can try and like work your way through and just like spot by spot stifle it. You're going to take fire damage. Because you're going to be wading into the fire to stomp
But like
it out.
starting at the outside of the fire, working my way in. Like
You
you
can-
know, like if there's a big area of fire here, and I'm like starting at the outside, I'm like trying to stifle.
You
it
can
from the
definitely
inside.
try. You are reaching into fire.
But I'm reaching into fire on the other side too, right?
Yes. The other side would be you're like throwing a blanket over fire and stifling it. This is you're like using a blanket to try and like
Okay.
crush the fire.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna go back to that side and throw the blanket over that.
Okay, so throw the blanket over that. So throwing the blanket over, using the item action, you're able to get all 4 of these squares of the fire put out.
Okay, and I have nothing left I could do, right?
So you used your action to dash, you used item action, you still have a bonus action. So if you want to do a bonus action dash, if you wanted to do a bonus action, I believe that's all that you could use your bonus
Do I have
action
any
for.
movement left from my?
You do have about 30 feet of movement.
Okay. There is one pot that's not currently being filled with water, and it is at the kitchen
It's
sink.
at the kitchen sink, yes.
So I'm going to move over there,
So 5, 10, 15, 20.
and there's a pot that's in the kitchen sink that's filling up with water.
Yep.
Is it? How full is
It's
it?
about halfway full. It's had one turn to fill up, it's about halfway full.
Okay. I'm going to switch them out.
Okay, so do a little swap thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ludie's now got a half full bucket of water.
And there's another one that's filled.
Another one that's filling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I also put the drain in the thing? The
Put
stopper
the,
in
put the
drain?
stopper in the sink.
Yeah, put the
To catch
stopper
any
in the
any
sink.
water that's not
Yeah.
filling the
Yeah.
the buckets.
And I look
Yeah.
over my shoulder. Is there any water pooling out of the bathroom yet?
There is, you can see in the bathroom, you can see the water is now like just at the cusp of like the very short like
Little
ridge that there is to your like little basin to your
Okay.
shower. So it's about to start overflowing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
From there, Isla, can I get you to roll for initiative?
Oh!
As you round the corner and see the house, you can see smoke pouring out of 2 of the front windows that have been busted open. You see 3 figures making their way down the street ahead of you. You also see what looks to be 4 or so overseers coming running the opposite way
No.
towards the house.
No.
They look like they're quite a ways away. They're probably about like 200, 250 feet away. But like from quite a ways away, you can recognize like the outfit, the faceless masks of the overseers as they're coming running around the corner.
That's not good.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. I rolled a 10.
Roll the 10. Okay. Okay, so Isla is after Ludie. All right. So Rex,
Yeah.
you've just attacked this
Yes.
one. The other guy has now moved 10 feet away from his buddy. Buddy's not moving. Buddy's just standing still, holding his head in pain.
Is he now?
Yes.
Oh wait. Can you just show me how describe to me how that panned out? Like I cast the spell.
You cast a spell. Dude sort of like keeled over, holding his head with both hands. His buddy sees him do that, but just like keeps walking. He's like trying to get as far away from this house as he can.
This guy's just stopped moving.
Yes.
He's not stumbling, moving. He's not walking anymore.
He looks like he might be slightly shuffling forward, but he's not really covering any ground right now.
Oh, that. She killed him. Yeah. I don't like these guys. They're stupid, mean, and rude. Set my house on fire, chat. I'm going to see. I've cast the spell. I did the flick on my necklace, and I'm pissed, but I'm not gonna pursue them. So I'm going to. I got things I care about in that house. I gotta go back. So I'm going to make the best of my turn.
Okay. You do see through the window, literally to your left, there's a window right here, that the fire that broke through there is now raging and starting to fill most of the house from that spot. So it's a good indicator of oh shit.
My heart jumps in my throat, and I kind of look through, and even if I don't see Ludie, I see Ludie in the flames, and I have to go. So I'm gonna whip around and run as fast as I can the other way, except I'm not gonna run as fast as I can. I'm not gonna dash. I'm gonna dash. I hate that this is this hurts me. This combat is hurting me, Kale. Yeah, okay, I'll dash. I'll dash.
Okay, so dash around the corner. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. You have 5 feet of movement once you get to the door of your house. You swing it open, look around, you see Ludie is doing everything he can to put out the fire. You see that one part of the fire has a blanket over it, and there's smoke billowing out from underneath the blanket. Ludie is currently working at getting a bunch of these buckets going. You see water beginning to seep out of your bathroom.
Oh. I'm gonna take 5 feet of movement that I have. Oh, wish I was a fighter right now. I'd use action surge like a mother father. I don't really have much. I'm just gonna look at spells real quick to see potentially how I can set myself up. That's not gonna help.
What you thinking, Isla? What you gonna do?
That might help. And
Going
that's
around the corner.
exactly what we're gonna use. Okay. Okay, so all my gear, all my valuable stuff that's on my character sheet is in the loft right now, right?
Yes.
Thanks, Kale. I see you laughing. It's pretty funny. Okay, 5 feet in that direction then.
Okay, so 5 feet in the direction of the
First
loft.
things first, I'd hate to have to take a Bic lighter to this section of my character sheet, so I'm just gonna.
Are you still dressed like one of those people?
He does come in
Yeah.
fully robed.
Oh yeah. But you did hear me make a sound like Rex though.
I do wish you weren't though, because someone in the chat just said the thought of all this happening with Rex in a bathrobe is a great visual, and I agree.
Can I just have dropped the disguise?
Yeah, as you come around the corner. Yeah.
You do see a guy that was on fire before though, kind of come in, and I'm gonna say that even though I didn't see their face, the hood has fallen off with me running,
Okay.
and they have a really shitty soul patch, and they're the kind of human that. And I say human in the world of D&D is that they're trying really hard to fit in with all the cool mystical races, so that's why they have this, and one earring on there, and I come around the corner, I'm kind of got this this sweaty face, and then it drops, and it's me in now a satin black robe.
House is on fire. Lena takes time to go, ew.
And yeah, 5 feet towards my loot. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
So most of the living room has now erupted into flames. some of the fire is now actually spreading outside, spreading out of that front window and out to the front side of the house.
Oh
So
my
the front
lord.
side of the house
It's
is starting to like lick up the
Yeah.
front side of the building.
Love that image. I have a question,
Those
though.
ones don't grow. Yes.
I have a feature known as a cursed specter. If I slay a humanoid, then I can turn them into a specter.
Yes.
Can I,
Slay a fire and turn it into a specter fire.
like Calcifer? But no, I mean the fucker who's engulfed, who is aflame currently.
Yes.
I would have slain them. No,
You don't know if they're dead.
but if they do die, would I then? There's definitely not going to be.
I'd say
anything
you'd have to
else.
be able to like someone to
See them
You have
in-
to see, you have to at least be able to see them.
Makes a lot of sense. I probably just didn't decide to write that down when I wrote it into my book. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I'd say either see them or if you have your Hexblade's curse on them,
Makes
you don't
sense.
have to see them because you can feel the heartbeat.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
So come running into the house. House is on fire. You're in your underwear.
And I kind of just go like this.
Fires spread a bit more in the house. The ones that Ludie is working on are shrinking and so aren't really spreading. So the ones that you're working on are going out, but the living room is starting to go up in flames. Ludie, what would you like to do?
Okay, I've now got a bucket that's half full and another bucket that's filling. So I'm going to move to the storage closet.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
But wait, I have just a question that might influence your turn.
What?
Can I ask it?
Yeah.
Did I see the overseers as I was running to the front door? Would I have?
You would have, as you like gave up on those guys,
Yeah.
you would have seen like way in the distance the overseers turn, like 'cause this is like way down the main street.
Okay, because
You see the overseers way at the end.
then I gotta tell Ludie that.
Okay.
Could I have?
Yes, you could have.
Running in the door, I say exactly. Ah! Ludie! Overseers are on their way! As I run up to the loft.
Fuck. Okay, so you get to the storage closet. You've got the water.
Yeah, and I douse the
Douse the water that's like creeping up on the fire here, or douse the stuff that's on this side.
Douse the stuff that's closest to the storage closet. Wait, that's the storage. No.
They're both just as close.
Eating spicy chicken. I'm sweating.
There's one that's a smaller fire that you have a better chance of like totally
Yes,
clearing this
that
fire.
One, that
Okay.
one, that one,
Yeah,
that
my
one.
stress
So you douse that. So give me another roll on a d8.
Okay.
Come on. Volunteer firefighter Ludie.
5.
5. Okay, you get both of them.
It's above average.
So throwing the water, you douse those two. There's now just like a small little patch of flame sort of in the middle of all this blackened, burnt ground where you've put out a bunch of the fire in this area.
Yeah.
So the center spot underneath the loft is now almost entirely put out, just a couple little fires left. But
Okay.
behind you, you can like feel the heat of this fire that's growing quite a bit behind you.
Rest in pepperonis.
Okay. Fuck. Is there any? I couldn't possibly put out this fire.
This fire is looking like it's getting out of control. The one in the corner here.
Rex, I don't know what to do.
Can I call out even though it's not my turn?
Yep.
The dress, Ludie. The dress.
I know. Do I have my backpack on me?
Not on you, no. You just got out of bed.
Okay. Is the balcony right above me?
Balcony is right above you.
Okay. Can I jump and climb over the balcony?
Oh, I love it.
Give me an acrobatics check. So you'd be using the storage cupboard. You'd be climbing up on top of the storage
Yeah.
cupboard, and then from there jumping to the balcony, and then hoisting yourself onto the balcony.
It's gotta be freaking smoky in there by now too.
It's starting to gather. Luckily, these buildings, especially in the mid-district, have very high ceilings, and so it's mostly gathering.
Nat 20 on my acrobatics
Oh my
check.
God. That
is so sick.
So
Ludie
27.
Jumps up, like door handle as a foothold. Push yourself up on top of the closet, holding on. Pull yourself up onto the loft.
Okay. I grab I grab my bag
Okay, that's sitting next to the bed.
in which everything is.
Exists.
And I reach in and I throw on my top hat.
Okay.
And as I put it on, I melt into basically just the exact same size body, but I have long black hair that comes down into a braid, and I'm wearing clothes that are exactly like the ones I fell asleep in, so shorts and a t-shirt.
Okay.
so that there's nothing that they could touch or anything that like wouldn't just feel like what I'm actually wearing, and it's just sort of like a billowy, sort of open black blouse, and like I don't know, some random pair of shorts. He doesn't
Cool.
put too much thought into it. And with that on and my bag in hand, I lunge back over. Wait, no, is there another blanket?
There is one. There's now like the bottom sheet of your
Okay.
bed that you could grab.
I'm gonna grab that bomb sheet
Yeah.
and lunge, and with it, like flying through the air, I lunge back over the balcony.
Okay, hopping back over the balcony, get back down to where you were. You've
Yeah.
got 5 feet of movement left until you need to dash.
Okay.
So you could make it to either fire. This one you could put out with the bottom sheet. This one you're gonna have a little bit more difficulty with because it's the raging fire.
I move to the bathroom and I soak the sheet.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
5.
Smart.
So
Smart,
all your
yeah.
movement to get to the bathroom
Use that.
and
Yeah,
start
take it
soaking
around.
it. The bathroom, like the tile of the bathroom, is now like covered in like a thin layer of water, and it's
Yeah.
starting to like soak the floorboards just outside
Okay.
of the bathroom.
Can I also turn on the sink really quick?
Yep. Turn on the sink.
Okay.
Starts going.
Okay.
You guys' water bill is gonna be rough after this. I
Not
mean,
just
come
having
on.
fire damage, water damage.
Yeah.
This house is gone.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're soaking this thing.
Also the neighborhood and like stopping the fire from getting to the
Yeah.
nearby houses and everything like that. So it's, you know,
I did not
at
think
this
of
point
that.
it's not about the property as much as it's about the wider consequences of a raging fire and
Now figuring out if this
town.
rolls because now that it's outside, if this rolls a 3, it starts spreading towards the next houses. So if it rolls 2 3s, the next house starts on
Oh my
fire.
god.
Anyways, Ludie is now soaking this thing in water. If you wanted to, you have enough actions left that if you spent a key point, you could key point dash and use your action to try and douse something with the wet blanket.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you what I want to try and do.
Okay.
I want to use it because, and I'm hoping that it's wet. You'll let me.
Really?
This will happen.
Pretty wet.
I want to try to get 1, 2, 3.
Get those 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So you dash over
Go to
here.
Jackson, I'll be right back.
Whip out the wet blanket and give me 3d8.
Okay.
Oh.
That's 1,
4,
2,
4,
yes, 3.
4.
That is actually the exact numbers you needed.
I know,
for the
I know.
fire. So those 3 sort of fade off from the larger fire as you slop this down and mostly like soak the ground and where like the ashes and the embers of this fire are beginning to grow.
Yeah,
And
just
so
so
the
everyone
fire
at home
has
knows.
been.
Wait, just
Nope.
so everyone at home knows, the area on the map that I got was like the corner of the house where it could have spread to the next house next door, and also sort of an area that's close to a storage cupboard where we have some very, very precious items.
So you're able to
just
douse
a lot
it
of priorities
and
right now.
for the most part also discourage the fire from moving in that way as you're sort of giving it more of a path of more resistance and
Oh, yeah.
it will most likely just spread to wherever it's easiest for it to burn. So sort of discouraging it from moving in that direction. But with that, Isla, I don't know where I put your little Isla markers. Unfortunately,
You lost me?
I don't know where I put you. I think you might still be upstairs. But for now, at least until we break, I'm gonna use a little red die because you're Ruby. You come running around the corner. You're about 20 feet away from the front door. As you round the corner and see that now like the flames have started to lick out of the front window. Front of the house is starting to go up in flames. There is smoke billowing out from the top of the open front door that you just saw Rex, or you actually just saw a cloaked figure who then turned into Rex run through the front door.
Okay. And where are the overseers?
Overseers, like keeping on glancing down the main street ahead of you. Overseers are still better part of about 200 feet away, although you do see behind them, rounding the corner, is about 20-foot tall brass
No.
creature.
No!
Some sort of
The Strider.
construct
The
is.
Strider.
It's not a strider, because you guys have seen striders before. This thing looks a lot bulkier
Oh, and
than a strider and walks on, instead of like the 4 pointed legs of a strider, it walks on 2. It's bipedal. It's like this large, brassy, bipedal construct that is coming, following, sort of like lumbering after the overseers.
Okay. I saw him change back into Rex as he went
Yeah,
through the
as
door.
he went through the door.
I know Rex is going into the building.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to ping Ludie. Can I?
From where you are, no, you can't. You can ping Rex. You're within range of Rex.
Okay, I'm gonna ping Rex and speak in his head and just go, if you're both alive, can you shout out loud?
So you hear from inside, like, moving through the house, you're like, ah! Rex!
Okay. Oh my god, be careful! And I'm gonna book it.
I also just yelled Rex because he screamed, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna book it. Frick. Are there any of the broken bottle pieces on the ground? Like a bottle, like a neck or something?
Not on this side of the building. Inside the house, you could probably find one of them.
What about the guy that burnt out here?
Oh, you do. You do see on the street, over to your right, a broken window and the remains of a broken bottle on the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna grab that.
Okay.
And-
So it takes you your movement, so 30 feet of movement to get to that bottle. You could dash. You could.
Okay, I'll grab it, and then I'm gonna dash towards the overseers.
I think. Yeah, you have bonus action dash. You're a
Yeah.
rogue. Yeah. So
Oh,
bonus
so I can
action.
do 3, right?
Bonus action dash towards the overseers.
Yeah.
Okay. So bonus action dash, you get back to the corner of the house, and you're just gonna start running down the street towards the overseers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
In
Isla
that direction.
picks up a broken bottle,
You said they're 200 feet away, right?
about 200 feet away.
So if I do my dash towards them, I'm going to get 60 feet closer, so they're like 120 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they dash towards me on their turn, there's still going to be 60 feet of distance between us, yeah?
The best they could do is if they thought you were an immediate threat and that they needed to, the best they could do is shoot you.
Uh-huh.
But it looks like they're more running towards the fire and not really looking to shoot someone.
Great, so this is what I'm doing.
Okay. So Isla starts booking it down the street towards them.
Yeah.
Okay. From there, that's Isla. We now go
Oh, wait,
to
sorry,
the.
just really quickly before we move on, I just want to say for anyone new watching, the overseers are basically the police, and
Yes.
we're so scared of them because we're very, very, very much wanted in the city. We blew up one of their barracks at one point.
Yes.
And they,
Yep.
the overseers know what I look like, although I've gone through one makeover since that time with an awful haircut, and I'm now disguised. And the overseers know what Rex looks like, but they don't know what Isla looks like.
No, don't know what Isla looks like.
They know what our other pals looked like too before they left us.
And the overseers, sort of with this construct, are often tailed by various constructs created by Prime Tech, the same company that created our wonderful little Isla. So a very powerful, very dangerous robotics company.
Stressed.
So
Robotics policing.
the
conglomerate.
house has suffered enough damage
That-
that a couple of things happen.
Don't tell me.
So for starters, from inside the house, this large fire that is built up has built up enough heat that there is a heavy heat wave through the house, and you see like a number of like bits of glass, bits of broken window, and that burst from the heat. I need both of you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
That reminds me of the scene from Lemony Snicket when the
A
door
series of unfortunate events.
Thank
This
you.
is a series of unfortunate events.
when the door handle gets so hot that it shatters.
Yeah.
That horrified me as a child. I was like, I didn't know door handles could do that. I don't think they can. I think that's a movie. So in a book, of course. Dex save, you say?
Yes.
I freaking love that series, FYI. Like,
It's really good.
yeah.
I just rolled a dice and didn't look at it, and then I don't know what I rolled. I'm gonna go again. Like
That-
I rolled
okay.
it and then just set it down because I'm so upset with everybody here.
Wait, what kind of a throw?
Meaning me. Dexterity saving throw.
Not bad at all.
24. Wow,
24.
wow.
And do you have evasion? Is that in your list of skills? I think monks would have evasion by now. I have to double check.
I don't have a list of skills.
On the right side, it'll be
No.
somewhere.
No. Oh, yes. When you have to make a dex save to take half damage, instead take no damage on a success and half on a failed save.
Yeah, so you succeed, so you don't take any damage from this. Rex, what did you get?
21.
21.
I dodged
so you
the
do
glass.
take 5 points of piercing damage
Wait,
as
that-
you're able to like duck out of the way of most of it, but it was 10 points of piercing damage. You cut it in half.
I'll say that's why I screamed.
You got hit with some of the shards of glass.
Like I was
that
about
exploded.
to say something really cool when you said just shout out, but instead, fucking, like, I'm wearing nothing, like
Oh,
glass
God.
and hole in your skin.
Following
and your
that,
body.
with the surge of flame, 2 thresholds were hit with the damage taken to the house. There is this heavy heat wave that causes the glass to explode, begins to like really start to burn you guys. So I need you both to give me Constitution saving throws as well.
Oh my god.
I'll look at what I'm rolling.
Oh! Nat 20.
Okay.
Monster.
I can do that too.
Um,
Nope.
Nat 20 plus 2. So
I just
So
really
22?
wanted it.
yeah.
not-
But Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
20. It's 3 T's.
And A to the T.
And what did you get there, Rex?
20.
12. 1
12
T.
on your con save. So Rex, you take, this is also part of probably why you scream, you take 11 points of fire damage. And Ludie, you take 5.
But I got a Nat 20.
So it did save.
Save again.
You succeeded the save, so you take half damage.
So how many did I take? 12?
You take 11 points.
11.
5?
11 points of fire damage as big heat wave burns through the house, and now we get another burst of flames as the flames continue to burn.
Ooh, I should have been a red dragon.
At the house, I keep getting
Resistant to fire.
5s, 2d4,
Should have known someone was gonna throw
5
fire bottles.
times.
Fire bottles at my house. No.
5 times 10 is another 50. Okay. Okay, so house is burning. House is very much on fire. But before the fires spread, Rex's turn.
I love having.
What would you like to do?
So, I'm on the steps, or am I? moving
You are
towards the
you're
steps?
making your way towards the stairs.
Can I get to the top?
With 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to the top.
And I'm out of movement now.
You're out of movement at the top of the stairs.
Would it be fair to say if I grab just my backpack, I'll have all my gear?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and grab it.
Okay. So see at the base of the bed where Ludie's bag no longer is, as you guys' bags used, they're next to each other. You use Mage Hand, grab the bag, and pull it towards you.
Yep. And I just say in Draconic, come here, and it kind of a Draconic claw begins pulling towards me. It's not gonna reach me though. I immediately just cast that and then just turn right back down the steps. So I'm gonna like pull it towards me on my next turn.
Okay. So run up, Mage Hand this thing, and just book it down the stairs.
So it'll be following me, and I'm gonna like use my hands to like get down. That's my action. I have a bonus action, but I don't think I can really effectively use it right now. Okay, as I'm coming, I cast it. Come here, and I go back down to. I look. Where's Ludie? Ludie is.
Ludie is currently fighting a fire right next to where the storage cabinet is.
And I sort of like ready my arm to, like let the strap dangle on it. So I leave one arm out, and I'm kind of looking around. I look to the kitchen, see that there's water going there. I see water coming out of the bathroom, and I look to that one wall that's currently being engulfed by
Water,
flames.
like fire is still like licking its way up across the ceiling now.
And that's pretty darn close to where Ludie is,
Yeah.
and where the storage closet is too.
Mm-hmm.
Saw overseers, heard Isla, and I go, Ludie, this house is done for. I know we made love on the love seat that is now engulfed in flames. I know that there's memories here, but we'll have none if we don't leave now. And I say that as I'm coming down the stairs. And
Okay.
then my turn. Yeah.
Okay. From there, fires spread. So this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it spreads over towards where Rex actually is. Big, huge one. One of them's a 3, so one of them, it does spread around the corner of the house.
Holy shit.
And the other one is a 2, so spreads more onto the wall and is now like actually up on the ceiling. Like there's flames up on the ceiling
Yeah, that's
of the
a hazard.
house.
That's a real.
But luckily, fire didn't move at all deeper into the house. Not at all towards the closet, not at all towards where Ludie is. So Ludie didn't get engulfed by any flames. But it seems to be burning more the outside and like this back, or I guess at this point it's front corner of the home. From there, that's the fire. We now go to Ludie. So you've just put out this corner of the large fire. Seem to have it under control. What would you like to do?
I start opening. I open the door to the storage cupboard, and my eyes are just streaming with tears from the smoke, and through the smoke, I see hanging in the storage cupboard and like just beautiful floor length lavender gown. With it has a low scoop back. It has like flowers that are almost frozen in time, sewn into it around the bottom and going up into the top, where it has like sort of sheer white silk overcrops of like a kind of like a Gloria V shaped neckline, and it glimmers even through the haze. And I take it off of the hanger and I start trying to stuff it into my backpack, and it's like a massive gown, so it's incredibly difficult to do this, but I'm stuffing as much of it into my backpack as I can, and I think I stay in there trying to get it into my backpack.
Okay.
Can I get it in?
Yeah, you can get it, like it's not, your backpack already somewhat full of other things, you can get it about like 75% of the way into your backpack, but like a little bit of the edges of it still sort of hang out of the backpack itself.
Okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I have no other possessions in here, right?
I believe not. I believe that's the big one. Like
That's
there's
not-
other small things like other bits of clothes and other
Yeah.
like knickknacks from your time here with Rex.
Yeah,
But
Rex.
that's the big one.
I kept
Yeah.
a lot of mementos, and the menu from the pub where we first ate when we got back to the middle district is currently going up in flames. That snow globe I bought you from that funny gnomish traveling salesperson has popped and shattered, and the little Goliath child standing in it, catching snowflakes on his tongue, is in there.
The plastic is melting.
Melting across their face.
Oh, Goliath, that's really that's eerie. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Melted plastic.
I don't like that.
Do you have any anything important in here that I know of?
No.
No.
No, I actually kept an inventory of the important stuff, and that's the only thing left. Because there was like a box that we took out of
Yeah.
jewelry,
Yeah, the box of jewelry.
and we got that now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get this thing stuffed in the bag.
Yeah, and I can't. And can I get it, the top over it and like clasp the buckles?
You can get, it's like bulging, and like the top isn't entirely covering it. It's mostly just like there to like hold it in. Like it's holding it in, but it's not totally covering the dress.
Okay,
but you
I really ram down on the bag trying to get at least one of the buckles so that it's not visible when it's poking out.
okay? Give me a strength check.
Wow, I'm lucky. 15.
15. You're able to push it
Oh.
down just enough to get another buckle closed to keep it out of sight.
Okay, I whip the backpack on and I come stumbling out of the storage closet and I Rex, are you in here?
And I'm coming down the steps.
Rex is like running it. You can hear Rex coming down the steps as.
Okay,
Did you say anything?
I think in a very cinematic moment I run to you. I clasp your hand.
I'm on the steps right now.
Okay, yeah, we clasp hands. And we get the fuck out of this
Oh, I
building.
see what you mean.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm above you and facing you right now on my.
So you guys like run and meet at the bottom of the
We
stairs.
grab
and then-
hands and run out of the house
Absolutely,
together.
and as I grab what doesn't look like you, but the Ludie's hand, if I could on my turn, I'm just gonna cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
Will my turn come and should I wait for that? to do
Your
it?
turn will come.
Okay.
In order to get out of the house with Ludie in one turn, you will need to dash.
Oh.
30 feet won't get you out of the house from here.
Overseers are on the main road though.
Main road here.
I'll. First things first. I'll get out. My cane though, it's just I want to say like the cane's a physical object.
Mhm.
And it is somewhere. It is. I just want to like put into the world that that's currently still in the house. That
Okay.
like black cane with the dragon head, silver top. It's just leaned up right at my bedside, and I didn't take it.
Okay.
But maybe I will.
Maybe I
Somehow.
will.
Are you going out onto the out the front entrance, like on the main road?
That's the only entrance.
You guys do have a back. You guys do have a back door.
What?
Into the alley.
Oh, there's always a back door. Ludie!
Oh, we could go with the closest door.
Okay, so go out the door towards the alley.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, I've always imagined it as there's only one entrance.
One
because
door?
We're that poor.
Mhm.
But, you know, we're in middle district, you know.
Middle
sometimes
district, there's at least 2 doors on a house.
It's fire code, speaking of which.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll totally go with the back door. That's
Okay.
a good idea.
So on your turn, you guys will loop around and out the back door.
Yes.
Isla. So running towards the overseers here.
I'm gonna put, like, with the bottle in my right hand, I'm gonna put my left hand to my ear like this, and then speak like this as if I'm, like, talking into an earpiece, and I'm gonna shout. And I'm gonna go, Jamie! Did you get the rest of the Molotovs on the way out, or are we... And I'm gonna freeze as I'm moving when I see them.
Okay.
Do they hear me? Because I'm shouting?
They don't seem to notice you. They seem very intent, like you
I'm
see like a couple eyes.
I'm in their eye line of the house.
You're
right?
in their eye line of the house. You see a couple eyes flick to you, but like their eyes seem to be traced upwards. And as you like look behind you, you see the flames are now coming up above the house and are starting to like lick towards the other buildings. They don't seem to notice you.
Okay. There's no getting them away from this house. I have no way of making fire, right?
Not actively on you, I don't think. No.
Just your fiery personality, that's all you've got.
Oh. I can't get too close to them because it'll kill me. I think I just hope for the best that the boys are out, right?
Okay.
So, okay, then I'm gonna actually, the flames are starting to flick, like,
Up above the house, you can see like they've now curved out of the front window that was bust open and have made their way up to the top of the house, and now like the whole house is starting to go up.
and it's still like 5 in the morning, yeah?
It's at this point, yeah, it's about like 5:36 a.m.
Okay, then I'm gonna turn around and instead run to the house next door to Rex and Ludie's, but whichever one is closest to where the side the fire is coming out of.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just bang on the front door.
Okay. So running up towards the overseers, you say this, see that they're not noticing you, run to the door and give a.
There's a fire! You gotta get out! Wake up!
Okay. So Isla gives a hearty bang on the door. Meanwhile, house continues to burn. This 4 times 10, it's another 40 points of fire damage to the house. Hits the next threshold. So, inside the house, fire's begun to like lick its way up the side of the walls. This fire in the front of the house is beginning to take over most of the front portion of the house. And you start to hear like this creaking, groaning sound. And as you guys meet at the bottom of the stairs and grab hands and start turning towards the back door, you hear something dislodge as you look up and you see a few of the beams from the top of the building are starting to come down. I need you both to give me dexterity saving throws.
Oh my god.
Can I try to, instead of taking a dex saving throw, protect Rex from this? That was my impulse just now.
Sure, so you could, what I would say we could do with that is you could give Rex advantage on it for you to have disadvantage on this.
I mean, but I want to help him.
Like he will get advantage
but like
on it.
I tried to cover it.
Yes, which is why you will get disadvantage because you're sort of putting.
fine. But
Yeah,
I
so
just
you
don't
will
want
get
to be like,
disadvantage.
here's my advantage. I want it to be like I'm doing something.
Yes,
actively
you
to try
are-
to protect him.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are helping Rex, which is by in this way giving him your advantage.
Okay, and what was it?
I love you.
So it's a dexterity saving throw. Yours at disadvantage. Rex is at advantage.
22.
20. A disadvantage. What did you roll with the disadvantage?
15 and a 16.
Good God.
I better get one above 15 too. Oh. 16.
16.
Shouldn't you have taken no damage before with evasion? Because
He did from the dexterity one. He took no damage. The
Oh,
con
okay.
one,
It was
he
the
took
con
damage.
one, yeah.
okay.
But this one, with dexterity, even pushing your way in front of Rex, you dodge a large timber that comes down just beside you. Ludie sort of like sidestep out of the way. And you see one coming down for Rex, and you sort of haul Rex out of the way as like literally centimeters between you and a huge beam comes falling from the ceiling, shatters the staircase that you guys like just left.
God.
As you start to just book it out. Rex, you do is you sort of get clipped by this one. You do take half of... What is that? That's half of 13, so 6 points of bludgeoning.
It's the arm that's reaching out to try to get my backpack right now. It just breaks a bone in my elbow, and I call, ah! And I look around at the house I grew up in, fucking collapsing and in flames, and the cry of pain turns into just cries of agony, and I just start weeping, and I go, ah!
Come on, Rex, we have to go. Come on.
As we're making our way to this back door.
So it is your initiative next, and so you guys make your way out through the back door.
Yeah, I'm going to, I just, like, keep the mage hand coming and let it, like, kind of dangle over my neck. In the tears, I'm gonna kind of like, you dragging me up, just, like, I wipe my face with the tears and the soot, and I guess maybe a bit of the blood, too, from, like, the spray. And I'm gonna disguise myself with my action. Wait, no, am I running? I'm running, hey? I have to dash?
Not for this. To get out the back door, you don't have to dash out the back door.
And just in tears, and I wipe my face, and as I do, it's as if I wipe the soot off of my scales, and I'm just gonna transform into a copper dragonborn.
Okay, so you transform into a copper dragonborn as you exit out through the back door of the house. As you sort of like push through the door, open into the back alley of New Eden. There's like a huge temperature difference as you come outside. You come outside and it's still like this like cool, brisk morning New Eden air, and like you just like you feel the relief of the coolness as you exit the house. But then you hear like the roar of the flames behind you, and actually as you're like just exiting out through the back door, you hear a series of popping sounds as you look towards the kitchen and see your alchemical set
Oh my god, yeah.
shatter into dust as you exit the building.
Okay, I just want to say really quickly, we just got raided by Mr. Old Adventures and their friends. So hey guys, thanks for doing that. We're in distress right now because Rex and Ludie's, Rex's family house is currently burning to the ground because Molotovs came in through the windows.
Don't worry.
In the morning, woke us up.
In the morning, Molotovs in the morning.
Don't worry, while it is my family home, none of my family members live there anymore. It's just Ludie and I, and obviously Isla is squatting with us because we are criminals on the run together. And some criminals thought it would be brave to throw fire bottles through a window. Yes, thank you.
That is
Yeah,
brave.
thanks for raiding.
Yeah.
So you guys come bursting out the back door. The fire continues to spread. That one up there. Ooh, that one actually double ones. Pulls it out into the street that way. And this one, a 2 and a 3. Oh, pulls this one out into the street. And Isla, as you're knocking on this door, you start pounding a little bit harder as you see the flames from Rex and Ludie's house start to like lick onto the siding.
Do we hear
I'm
this?
gonna try to break open the
You
door.
don't. From the back of the house, you don't hear.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to break open the door.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's cocked.
Give it another roll.
It's a 16, but it's a 0. It's a 16.
16. So, giving yourself like a few like solid slams against the door with your shoulder, you eventually like feel the bolting mechanism break as you slam into the door, and this door swings open to like a very dimly lit home with a probably in her early 40s human woman, sort of like stumbling towards the door, like wiping sleep out of her eyes. She comes forward and you see two probably about like toddler age kids following behind her, like holding onto her legs as she comes up to the door and sort of looks.
Oh my god, come on, go, go, go. There's a fire next door. It's gonna come out of your house. You gotta get out. Anyone else in here, I can go get him.
It's just us.
Hey, come on.
And they sort of ushers the kids outside, like still in like a bit of a haze, but just blindly listening to you as you usher them out through the door, and they turn around and they start to like see, you can see like the flames reflected on their faces. They sort of like hurry themselves across the street.
Go stand across the street. Look, there's overseers coming.
And as you start to get them across the street, the overseers are now within the 30 feet. And you can see there is a small group of about 5 overseers come running through. You can see one of them wears like the deep purples and reds that shows like a more like officer, a higher position amongst the overseers. And you can see this large construct, which stands about the height of like 2 of them, about two people tall, this huge brass construct, again with like this faceless, flat face, sort of begins to like saddle up towards between the 2 buildings and brings up this like long arm appendage thing. You can see like along the length of it, are these small little silver aetheris nodes that sort of like aims this arm towards the building. And from there,
It's a fireman.
Do I still have any movement or anything?
you still do.
Okay, then I'm gonna go to the house on the other side of
Okay.
Rex and Ludie's and bend on my
Start banging. Okay, and with that, you guys do get out of initiative. You guys have now escaped the house, and you guys are not in immediate danger of burning, as the flames continue to sort of spread up, mostly like the front corner of this house, and start to like lick around the edges. You guys coming out of the alley sort of come to this little juncture here and see that like one way out to the front is now completely impassable, as like bits of the house have fallen to block the alley, and there's flames covering this portion of the alley.
Looking that direction, do we see overseers?
You don't.
We don't. Okay, and then there's fires.
There's like debris and fire and chunks of the house that have fallen sideways.
And we're in
into
like
the...
a T intersection, so we could go.
You're in a four-way intersection.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah. Yeah. 4-way intersection.
So you either go away, like complete opposite direction from the street. You could go out to the street where Rex Molotov the dude, or you could go like deeper into the houses. So like deeper into this block of houses.
Have you seen Isla?
Okay. Yeah. No, I definitely heard her. She was in my head. She's talking in my head. She's close. But what about the one on fire? We got to go that way.
Isla! Shouting, you don't hear anything. There's a lot of commotion on the front street as more people have started to pour out to the front, and there's just a general commotion. The sounds of like the hissing of this hydraulic steam.
Where do we go,
construct.
Rex?
Come on, there's
We
a
get-
fire,
we
you
get-
gotta wake up.
Where are the guys? Right this way. They won't know. They won't know. And I want to walk, and I'm kind of like stopped worrying about survival, and I want to just fucking find that guy who was on fire. And I walk straight to where I knew he was.
So heading in that direction.
Yeah.
Okay, I just start following Rex. I'm not sure what we're doing. but-
Okay.
And I will conjure a flintlock pistol, and I'm just gonna like I'm gonna conjure it and then just like put it in my bag.
Okay.
And oh, I think it's best that I've disguised self and given myself clothing. Otherwise, I'm just a copper dragonborn in a black robe. So I think right now I am. And then I sort of like pull it and then tie the here my hands. I sort of like pull it across and then tie the sash. And as I tighten it, I'll disguise self again to just give myself clothes. Still that same copper dragonborn, same green eyes that I have, but just coppery, clean, kind of shiny looking.
When I see the glint of like that pistol that you've conjured, I'm just gonna grab your hand. And not in the streets, okay? We can take him down to the sewers and get him there, but not in the streets, okay? I know you're angry, but you can't act impulsively with this.
And you see in my hand, I change it to a derringer. and I nod. And I put it in my backpack.
Okay. On the front street, Isla banging on this door. Another family answers. This one is a male wood elf who answers the door.
Oh, what's that? It's early. What are you doing,
There's a
mate?
fire in the house next door. I don't know if it'll spread. There's people
Whoa.
right now. Just come across the street. Is there anyone else in your house? We gotta
He
get
just
out.
sort of like waddles out of the house, and as he comes out, you can like see like the beer stains on this white shirt that he's wearing. He's like,
Right. Anyone else in your house?
What?
Anyone else in your house?
Not unless they got some squatters. Oh, jeez, you're right. And he like looks down the corner and like sees the house on fire. Hey, something. Jeez, who started that? That's quite the fire. Like sort of just like waddles out into the street a little bit. Meanwhile, next to you, see the overseers have begun to sort of make a little bit of a semicircle around the front portion of the house, where the flames have begun to lick around the front. And you see this construct with this aetheris augmented arm, like aiming it towards the house, and you feel this like soft hum in the air, and it feels almost as if like the warmth around you gets like sapped for a split second, as there's like this concussive as like a wave of air is fired towards the house, and you see like some of the flames get like pushed back and put out, and then like some of them start to crackle forward, but it seems like it's sort of using like pressurized cold air to try and like cannon down the flames on this house. But with that, with you sort of backing up, you've saved the two houses next door. The family's sort of standing back as like a little bit of the fire has begun to lick the side of their house, but it looks like overseers have come in time to prevent any serious damage to the house. I'm not sure where Rex and Ludie have gone. Rex and Ludie, meanwhile, making your way towards the side of the street where you saw the guy get lit on fire.
Yeah.
That is where we're going to take a break
Oh,
for tonight.
I need it.
So we'll be back and we're going to take a quick little 15 to get some water, get a snack, go to the bathroom, feed some cats, feed some dogs, if that's the kind of person you are. Feed a goldfish, if that's who you have. Feed
Oh,
a pet.
man.
But we will
Or
be
yourself.
back. Or actually, yeah, yourself too. Is a roommate. If you have a roommate who doesn't feed themselves, feed them.
Feed them.
We'll see you in 15.
We'll see you guys in 15.
just don't really like D&D anymore. It just doesn't do it for me.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, we're back.
You liar.
Hello, and welcome back to Dungeons and Drama Majors. We hope you guys had a good break. We sure did.
Yes.
Had some chicken.
Had some chicken.
Chicken.
Had some delicious fried chicken.
Chicken in the kitchen.
Okay. Let's spin this around.
500 points to whoever can guess where we got chicken from in the chat.
Okay.
And those points are redeemable nowhere. But if you write it down on a little piece of paper for yourself at home, when someone comes over, you know, that you respect, that maybe they don't respect you, you can say, hey, look, I got 500 points from Dungeons and Drama Majors for guessing the chicken place.
Okay, so we're gonna pick up right where we left off.
Uh-huh.
Isla has just witnessed the beginnings of the putting out of this house by this large steam construct being. It looks like its way of putting out the house is pretty good, but also because it's using this like pressurized cold air cannon, it's also not necessarily keeping the house intact. Like anything that's been heavily weakened by the flames is getting quite heavily pummeled by this compressed air.
Oh.
But as you sort of stand out front, try and keeping yourself sort of slightly away from the overseers, who are starting to now like do a little bit of like a full perimeter of the burning building. We jump to Rex and Ludie, who are making their way across the street to the spot where this individual was found burning recently.
Yeah.
Where did my music go?
I'd just like to describe the clothing I've chosen for this disguise.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wearing a steampunk hoodie that has a zipper that like starts at the hip and then zips across my chest to my like right collarbone. Know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And
Know what I'm saying.
It's got like really baggy underarms but cinches at the wrists. And it's like kind of really drapey too, so it like hangs like kind of mid thigh. And then
wow.
Yeah. Like,
I kind of glance, look you over.
so what are you staring at? Take a picture, it'll last longer. What is a picture?
It's like I don't know. I've never heard of that.
Frozen illusion
Yeah.
on paper, maybe.
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 Cameras in this room.
No, there are cameras either. Oh, we figured it out.
Those things the cameras produce.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there is cameras, of course.
So, crossing the street, you guys find like the little patch of like black and burned concrete where the Molotov went off and the little bits of shattered glass from the broken bottle. From there, give me a survival check.
Yeah, so
Both of you.
I'm gonna be looking for like bits of material that's burned off.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Survival?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a possibility investigation could come into play? I get a +1 for that.
Potentially, at
Yeah?
some point.
Oh, okay.
Right now, you're trying to track someone.
6.
17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you see me
Um,
notice something.
So giving the area a bit of a look over, trying to figure out where this person could possibly have gone. Rex, you start following sort of like a small little bit of ashes over towards the main street itself, as you can kind of see like this little bit of burnt spot. But getting further along, you realize it's actually just like a small scrap of clothing that came off during the sort of flailing and trying to pat themselves down. Meanwhile, Ludie, you do find a few sort of like ashen footprints that lead down the street and into an alley, probably about like 15, 20 feet away.
No, he went this way, Rex.
Wait, snap my head, and without even thinking, I move towards Ludie.
I start leading us down the trail.
Okay. So you head into this back alley, duck into the corner, and keep making your way down this somewhat thin alley. But you can now see, as you're going along, you see like a small like blackened handprint on the wall where they had sort of stumbled to try and catch their balance. And making your way down, you see about like 3/4 of the way down this alley, this portion of the alley at the very least, you find like this still sort of like slightly smoldering and crackling remains of their coat that they sort of shed at this point. And so giving that a bit of an examine and trying to
I'll pick it up.
pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming it's not gonna burn me.
It's not still actively on fire, but it's still smoldering. Like it's still somewhat burning.
Then I'm going to, with it still probably around flames, call my sword cane to my hand.
Okay. Calling your sword cane, take 2 points of fire damage as it is like red hot in your hand.
Yeah, whoa! As I drop it, as it falls, it can disappear. Go.
You okay?
Didn't think that one through. Don't worry, I dropped it somewhere else. It's just not anywhere now.
It's just not anywhere.
It's with Billy.
Okay.
And, I just wanted to scoop that up, so I'm going to,
Okay.
I guess, conjure a musket.
Okay.
Aside from the dagger in my bag, so it's now that. And I'm just going to, with the barrel, scoop up the jacket. And I want to just look to see if there's any bulges for maybe something in the pockets, or even like insignia or anything like that.
Okay, give me a investigation check.
Oh, there it is. Bruce Wayne, 19 makes a 20.
Okay. Giving the coat a pretty solid look through. Looks like, unfortunately, the coat took the brunt of this burn, as they were wearing like this large hooded coat.
Yes.
So having this Molotov dropped on them from above, mostly the coat took the burn, and so the entire outside is blackened. Most of what is like around the chest area has been completely blackened or burned off as well.
Okay.
And trying to look for any like insignias, anything like that, you don't find anything. You do find in the pocket a small like whitish gray handkerchief that, as you sort of pull it out and give it a bit of a sniff, smells a bit of kerosene. So it would have been something that they probably would have used to stuff another one if they had had the time to do it.
Yeah.
But
That's it.
beyond that, in the pockets, you don't find anything else.
This is a dead end. Does the trail keep going?
I'm not sure. Do I see anything else we can follow?
Give me another survival check.
Can I help?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Do one for your own. Do one for yourself.
Okay. That one.
Oh no.
Okay, I got a 4. Or sorry, I got a 6. I don't see. Rex, I have no idea. They could have gone anywhere.
Looking down the alley, you see it extends for a ways before reaching sort of like a 4-point divide, and sort of slowly sauntering your way up to the little divide to see if you can find anything. Give like a look left, right. You peer down the one in front of you, and you do see something like about 60-ish, 50-ish feet ahead of you down the alley. You see 2 figures, one that looks to be entirely cloaked in black, holding someone, and you see like a quick movement, and one of the bodies just crumbles to the ground. The other one standing, sort of like looks down the alley, sees you, and then vanishes.
What?
Like around the corner?
No,
or
just vanishes.
I'm gonna run to that body that he just slit and see if I can perform some sort of treatment on him.
Okay.
I want to assess if he's dead and see if I can stop the bleeding or
Running up to the body, you find a slightly burned human man who is currently has one hand up to his throat, and there is just blood pouring out of a neck wound that is probably about 3-4 inches deep, going from the far side of the neck to the opposite far side of the neck.
Oh my god. I start, I just put my hands on his neck to try and stop the bleeding, and Rex, do you have anything?
You just feel the hot blood pouring through your fingers as you're trying to hold this, and there's just this gurgling sound as blood begins to just pour.
Who were you working for?
You just see their eyes look up at you, and the fear, not necessarily of you, but the fear of this whole situation that is gripping their eyes as they start to convulse heavily, and then go still.
Fuck.
60 feet back at the jacket that was smoldering still.
I just close his eyes.
Okay. Well, you guys stand around the corpse. Isla,
Um,
what are you doing out front?
when that big air blows, and I've been trying to ping the boys the whole time, and obviously they're way out of my reach, so I can't do it. And when that big air
Like
blows and the beams, like the house starts
to crumble.
crumbling on itself, I'm gonna scream, "What are you doing? There could be people in there!" And I'm gonna move towards it.
Gonna move towards the house?
Yeah.
Okay, so rushing towards the house, give me an acrobatics check.
Could we hear her say, "What are you doing?"
You don't hear anything.
Don't hear
You
that?
guys are quite a ways away, and like now in between buildings as well, back in this alley.
17.
Okay. So as you say that, one of the overseers sort of like takes a step forward to try and stop you from getting towards the house, but if you start running towards the house is like heavily engulfed in flames at this point. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm gonna run up to it until I'm right outside the door.
Okay, there is now, at this point, the door, like looking in the door, there is like flames coming out of the door and starting to make their way up this opposite side of the house.
And without saying anything out loud, I'm just gonna put my hands to my head and try really hard to ping. Ludie. Rex. But not out loud, just trying into the ether of my head.
Okay. As you're sort of standing there, hand on the head, just like staring at the building, you feel like a hand probably like on, like low shoulder, like a hand just sort of touch you, and as you look behind yourself, you see the cold, expressionless face of one of the overseers just sort of standing there and just like hand touching your shoulder.
There could be people in there.
They don't say anything.
I'm gonna, I'm just gonna wipe my face and shrug them off my shoulder
Okay.
and move back past them.
Okay. As you shrug off, sort of like their face turns towards you and follows you a little bit as you back up, and then they sort of take another step towards the house and just sort of watch as the house starts to burn and seem to be sort of like peering in to the house as the flames continue to rise through the building.
I'm gonna stand in the middle of the street and try to, like, I can't ping them, and I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna start making my way to the Weirwood Mead Tree, and I'm gonna be trying to ping literally every step of the way.
Okay. As you're making your way to the Weirwood Meadery, sort of round the corner, making your way back away from the house for the second time today, and glancing back towards the house, you see like the flames are somewhat shrinking with this like large construct trying to keep them down, but it seems less that they're putting out the fire and more containing it. Seems less like they're trying to save the house and more protecting everything around it. But as you move away, you feel something warm in your pocket. And then whatever it is goes cold, and then warm again.
I reach into my pocket.
Okay? Putting your hand in your pocket, you feel the stone. The sending stone, which I believe you have on you.
Essence.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
I'm gonna duck into an alley. What up?
Okay? Pulling out the sending stone, holding it in your hand, you touch it, you see like this like very smooth stone that has been sculpted into like the slight shape of an ear, and as you hold it, you hear in the back of your head the sound of Ezen's voice say, "We need to meet. An hour. Gray Stag Inn. Bring your friends."
I'm gonna reach my hand into my bag holding, and think for a pen or a pencil or something.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna start writing on my hand. Gray Stag Inn, 1 hour. And then I'm gonna look at the time on my pocket watch.
Okay. Looking at your pocket watch right now, it's about 7 in the morning.
Okay, then I'm gonna write 8 a.m. Oh my god. And I'm gonna go back to the main street, I guess, and keep walking and with eyes out and brain thinking.
Okay. And standing around the corpse, what you guys like to do?
I'm again still back at the coat. I'm just trying to flavor the nat 1 survival check. Like didn't even fucking try. You know, like I'm just still looking at this coat that's smoldering. And I look up to see Ludie at the body,
I'm backing away from the body, and I turn around and
Okay.
and I just
You have like your hands are both now just like blood red, and it's like leaked a little bit down your wrists as well. The blood of this guy.
And I just angrily, like, walking down the alley in this outfit, just like throw my musket full force at the alley walls, and like without saying much, and then it just dismisses it to smoke.
I'm
And
gonna start jogging up to you.
I'm walking towards you now.
Yeah, more quickly. And as I reach you, I put my arms around you.
Your bloody hands.
No. Yeah, no, I keep my hands just kind of off like this, but I hold you really tight.
And I hold you, and I squeeze really, really fucking tight. And I don't say much. And my body is my body, but you notice that it's dragging. The scales are a different color, right? And I just say, whoever did that wanted us dead. But lucky for us, I don't sleep that long now, do I? But they knew where we lived. And I kind of pull you away and look you in the eye and say, this isn't safe, Ludie. We're living too dangerously. We need to work. We can't just live, we can't just sleep in a bed thinking we'll be safe. We've got so much work to do before we can have that right, that privilege again. Oh, I'm gonna have to come up with a new identity. I like this though, this tone.
It suits you.
Nah. I'm thinking maybe shifting from like Dragonborn to like, sort of like, maybe like a Westcliff tiefling accent.
Anything could work, yeah.
Instead of Rex, maybe Max.
Yeah. Why don't we talk about it once we find Isla?
Sure. I heard her. She's got to be close.
Well, let's head back to the house, but the house.
Yeah.
Makes me so sorry.
Ah, I'm the only one that'll miss it. And Drima, whoever she may be, but wherever she may be, she wasn't in the house.
I'll miss the house. It's my home too for a little while. Better home than any other one I had.
It was better with you in it. And I clutch your hand hard, covering mine with blood, and I just wrap my other hand on top of both of ours and hold it as we walk, I guess, kind of past this body. But I want to look.
I know we're going away from the body.
Are we?
Yeah, we're going in the opposite direction from the body.
Did I at least get a look at the face?
If Ludie came running back to you, no. You have not been around the body yet.
I don't really care. We're gonna go back the other way and then wrap around towards where. And I think I'll say, as we're like kind of leaving the back alley, say, just one last look, hey? A mental image. And who knows, maybe Isla's doing the same.
Which is probably where I'd say.
Let's find her.
Okay.
We get back out to that corner.
Alright. So Isla, back at the house, looking around, trying to ping the boys as much as you can. You sort of loop around the house, give another look, you can now see like the flames have really taken over much of the house, and although it's not like a raging fire, like the house is smoldering, you can start to see like walls starting to give and fall into the foundations of the building. As you sort of watch all this happen, you see about 40 feet down the street, two people emerge from the alley, but you do not recognize them actually.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I wasn't still anyway, I was moving. So I'm just gonna try to find a roof she can climb up on top of.
Okay. The closest roof to you, you could climb up the fire escape of the roof of the building that's just across from where Rex and Ludie's was, like across the small street. You could also go like across Main Street and climb up those buildings.
Yeah, see, I had left the house and was making my way like towards the Weirwood Meadery, right?
Yes, but I
So-
thought that once you got the message, I thought you said that you
I
turned.
ducked into an alley to receive it,
Mhm.
and then I didn't go go back to the house.
Oh, you're gonna go back to the house. Okay, so you're just
Wherever I am, I just want to try to climb up onto a roof. I mean, I
Okay.
didn't get far, obviously, 'cause
Yeah.
it wasn't very long, but yeah.
okay. So you duck into an alley and start heading up one of the fire escapes up to the top of the building. Okay. All right. So you guys emerge towards the house. You see the house has really begun to fall in on itself. Less raging fire now, more just smoldering, but no sign of Isla.
And does anybody see us seeing the house right now?
No, most people seem focused on the house.
As am I. And just seeing the flames go up, I kind of bite my tongue in my mouth. And then just close my eyes and kind of cast my head down. And then say, I can feel the heat, Ludie. I can feel the heat. I can't watch. Let's keep going.
Come on, man. I'll trade places with you so that I'm on the house side of your body instead. And, well, where do you think Isla could have gotten to? She probably went to the. Where did she have that post box again?
The weirwood meadery where we first met her.
That's where she would have gone when she woken up. I suppose it's possible. Wait, you saw her. You definitely saw her outside the house.
I heard her. Did I see it? Did I see it?
She was pinging you?
You never saw Isla, no.
Just
You heard her voice in your head.
Yeah.
She was pinging you?
She's pinging me, so she's close by. She knows the house is on fire. Let's just move about.
Okay.
We'll find her. Let's head towards the weirwood meadery.
Okay.
Yeah.
We start heading down the street, and
Okay.
as we walk, I'm checking each alley that we pass by and any corner that there is to look around
Okay.
to see if I can spot
Spot your little Isla.
a friend.
So meanwhile, Isla, you've made it up to the roof of this building. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna stand. I'm just gonna try to look around and just try to watch them, and still constantly trying to ping them in their heads out loud. I'm just gonna go, oh, Abby would have been able to see him from here.
Okay, so sitting on the roof, sort of casting your eyes down towards the streets, give me a perception check.
8.
Okay. So keeping an eye out, trying to spot Rex and Ludie as they make their way down the street. You try your best to keep an eye out. Your thoughts cast back to Abby. Meanwhile, two of you on the streets. Like 5 minutes pass, fades to 10, and you guys make it to the river metery.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. What time is it?
At this point, it's probably about like 7:10, 7:15.
So it's not open.
It is open, I believe.
Yeah. Opens at 6.
Opens at 6.
Closes at 4.
I know that she had the information written down.
Mm-hmm. I kind of just walking, make it to the door.
Well, yeah, let's see if she's in.
Okay.
Open it up.
Swinging open the door of the Weirwood Meadery, you're greeted by, again, very familiar sight of this like long oak bar with the wall of liquor and the number of small little tables set around the room and a couple of booths over by the window. Right at the front of the building, standing right at the bar, looks to be cleaning a few glasses, sort of getting set up for the morning as things have just begun to really start. For her, you see the long, dark brown-haired sort of shape of Doreen. He sort of stands there, cleaning, looks up. Oh, hello.
Hey,
What can I do for the two of you?
You haven't seen our friend, have you? She's not here, clearly.
And I kind of just whispered, "We are who we are."
I don't believe I have anyone waiting for two people to join them. You're happy to take a seat while you wait for them.
Oh.
Yeah, she doesn't know who we
Is
are.
that what we
Rex, why don't we wait here and have a coffee, maybe get something to eat? You could order for all of us, and I'll run around and look for Isla.
sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of sidle up to the bar and put my hands on the seat, sort of look at Doreen and share a breath and a smile, and then look to you and then nod and sit on the stool.
Okay.
I'm gonna head back out into the street and, jeez, where would Isla go? Where would Isla go? Where would I go? If I was Isla, I would roam around. I would just keep walking. Yeah, she wouldn't stay in one spot. She'd just keep walking around. Okay, and I'm gonna, I start jogging so that I'm covering ground a little bit more quickly, and she totally expected us to be in the alleys, and so I go into I stick to the alleys as opposed to being on the main streets, and jogging around heading like maybe a couple of blocks back towards our house. How wide are these alleys?
The alleys are not super wide. It's maybe between 5 and 7 feet.
Are there any doors or open windows in this back alley?
Nothing open. All the doors are closed. Windows, mostly into the back alleys, look like they either are, like, if they can open, they're closed, or just, like, not openable windows into the back alleys.
Isla! I yell it really loud.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
In total contrast to everything Ludie just said, Isla's just gonna like climb down the ladder and just really slowly, still pinging every step she takes, she's gonna make her way to the word meter. Like back on her track.
Okay.
That was more like a I got a 4.
Got a 4? Okay, so calling out seems like the way that things like echo off the buildings, it's just like a weird reverb that you get. Feel like it's pretty loud, like she would have heard, like if she's in these back alleys, she would have heard you. But you keep running down. You see someone who's like sitting, look to be passed out against one of the walls in the back alley here, sort of like jolts up awake and looks towards you before sort of like falling back asleep against the falling back asleep against the wall.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm zigging and zagging my way kind of around the alleys, crossing the streets over to the next alley. I'm trying to cover all, like, on this jog, like, main street, alleys off of it, all the way between the Woodward Meadery and our house.
Okay, so Ludie begins the zigzag pattern, trying to cover as much ground as he can, trying to spot wherever the disappeared Isla could be. Meanwhile, Isla, you make it to the Wayward Meadery. So opening the door, you see Doreen, and are you Isla? Are you as Isla's look, or are you the
typical Isla?
the
So
typical
long,
Isla?
Fiery
Okay.
mane.
Just want to make sure that you weren't the halfling one, because I don't think she's seen you as the halfling one. But
Doreen.
you come in, Doreen sort of looks to be like working on pouring a couple drinks, and as you come in, sort of turns her head towards the door and sees you and stops what she's doing, puts the drink down. Well, hey there, sweetie. How you doing?
Hi, do you remember me?
I do.
Have you seen my friends?
I haven't seen anyone come in. No, not your friends. No.
I'm the Sparrow, though. You remember me?
I do remember you. Actually, since I've got you here, if you just want to sit.
Okay.
And she sort of squats down, looks at something that's behind the bar, and you hear like sort of the shuffling of a couple things. And she like slaps something up onto the counter, which looks like a small, probably about like 5-6 inches wide, 2-3 inches long little sheet of card. She pops up on the counter, and then you hear like something sort of like shaking a little bit as she pops like a small little brown package up onto the counter as well. And I did get something else from your friend who was in here before. Give me 1 second. And ducks back down again and pulls out another small little envelope that's again sealed with this little like phoenix seal on the envelope, and pops it up for you. These are all the things I have for the Sparrow. And slides them over to you.
I'm so popular.
You are. Can I
Did
get you
hear
anything to
about-
drink there, sweetie? Anything that
Did you hear about the fire?
I didn't know? Has there been a fire?
Yeah, just down a couple blocks.
Oh, jeez, was anyone hurt?
I don't know.
Oh, is that were your friends? Oh, sweet thing. How about you? She looks around and she sees that one of the spots by one of the 2 sets of bay windows is still open. Why don't you sit yourself down over there and I'll bring you over something.
Okay, can I have the room where the people drink the old bourbon when they don't know where a dwarf sits? I don't remember it.
She leans over the counter. Would you like one of the private rooms? Okay.
But the one that do you remember when I was here the first time?
The
Do you
first
remember?
time?
And I had a secret passage to say to you?
Yes.
That one, because they'll know where to go then.
I do remember that one. And you hear something jangle under the counter. She pulls out like a small little iron key and pops it on the counter for you. Let yourself in.
Okay, I start to walk and I get out there and then I go, oh, I turn back around and I grab my packages.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just like,
Okay.
slides back.
So Rex, sitting where you're sitting in the bar, what did you order for a drink? What did Rex order?
A macchiato.
Okay. So
You were right beside at the bar, Isla, this whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. So sitting down with your macchiato, you see
In
Isla come
character.
in. Isla comes in, has this conversation with Doreen, gets a few things passed to her, kind of in like a little bit of like a hush-hushed way. Doreen passes like what looks like a small key to her, and then she goes around back and enters the room that you remember party meeting the very first time with silence.
I set my macchiato back down on the saucer plate that it was served with,
Mhm.
and I sort of just cross my hands and go. And I look at Doreen and say, that woman was very excitable.
Still working on a couple of drinks and turns around. Yeah, she's a sweet one. That one.
You're on first name basis.
Yes, we are. She was right on that, getting the first name basis down. Which first I thought she was maybe a little abrasive, but it's quite nice.
No, she seems delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Like a good friend to have. I know it's a bit of a strange request, but I am a psychological therapist, and I hail from a far-off place, a town called Post.
Oh, okay. She's saying this like still looking at the wall, finishing up the drinks that she's doing.
And I would just love an opportunity to potentially give this woman an ear. Would you mind if I go and just make sure she's okay? I have nothing but good intentions. I would just like for her to not be alone.
Sort of like gives you a couple of looks. I believe she's waiting for a few friends. I think it maybe be best to give her some space. If you want, you can leave any sort of way of contacting you, and I'll make sure that she knows how to get a hold of you. If you'd like that.
Understood. Yes. Just a moment, then. And I'm gonna kind of scooch back and smile and laugh to myself a little bit. Then I'm going to walk out of this. I'm just going to go for a quick smoke. Could you please get me another macchiato?
She sort of turns around. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to leave, open the door, close it, drop the disguise, and just open it in my robe as Rex and walk in.
As you drop the disguise, you sort of catch about like 3.5 feet down. There is a small, probably about like 3 or 4-year-old outside.
Oh no!
Just like looks up at you and eyes go
I
wide.
have just exposed myself
As you
to
just
murder.
change from one dragon to another dragon right before their eyes.
Can I see that? You didn't see you didn't see anything.
And just sort of like reach out to like touch you,
Oh,
like
no,
touch
no.
a scaly
Oh,
leg.
no.
And
No.
keep walking forward to try and
Close
touch
the-
you.
No, and I'm just gonna close the door and I point to the side seat. No minors allowed. Bye bye.
They look at it and they like, and just seem to sort of like waddle back to where they were.
I kind of look through the window. And then I turn around and remember what I'm wearing and look at Maureen. Doreen.
Doreen.
Sorry. Doreen. Ah!
And
Doreen!
she turns around, she
Oh.
has a few drinks on a small platter and sets down another macchiato beside the little plate and cup of your first one and sets the platter down on the counter. Well, it's good to see ya.
And I see you have made my favorite drink. Very nice.
I believe that was for I have that one for
Oh,
another
yes.
another customer that just took a step outside. I can make you another. Oh.
This is the best macchiato I think you have ever made. And I've only ever had one macchiato one other time. And that was that one on the counter right there.
She sort of like looks at it and
Back to the copper dragonborn in the weird hoodie.
I see.
As you probably know, I am a criminal. A career criminal.
A criminal.
And, I was just testing a new character. Doreen, it would have been very, very difficult for you to allow a stranger to accompany Isla in this time of stress. But I think that, I better go make sure that she's okay.
I think it's a good idea.
Doreen, could you make another one of these, but like put some like cinnamon hearts in the bottom? And I'm gonna walk to the door.
She sort of takes a couple steps back and goes back to the little bar setup that she has.
And then I kind of, before I go, I said, I just love to see what Isla's like, caffeinated. And then I open the door, and I'm gonna, assuming it's unlocked, and then close it behind
Unless
me.
Isla, did you lock it behind you?
No.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna take like slow steps in, but you don't hear boots on wood. It's just my bare dragon-born feet on the stone. And eventually, I kind of just peek my head around the corner.
And then I Rex. Like really though? Oh.
And I kind of shielding my macchiato, going for a hug.
Where's Ludie?
Ludie is looking for you.
Oh, I'm here.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
No, I don't eat.
Oh my god.
Are you hungry?
I ordered food. It's a person, and I'm sitting beside you. I was actually just testing my metal to see how well I could stay in character. I'm going to keep this identity.
You were testing your copper.
That deserves a level up. And I thought it might be good to have something that's not a different race, but just a different color. And I'm sorry, I feel bad about not.
Wait.
You're clearly very stressed, and we're okay. It's a home. It's just the building. Everything I care about made it out alive. But we better buck up. And I go to a near table and set the macchiato down because our work has only begun. We aren't safe here, as you know.
And also, I got a message from Ezen. And also, you're in your underwear.
What? And then I, with my hands on my hips, opening the
Oh
rope.
wow.
You got the message from Ezen?
Yeah, and you got Doreen.
And then sort of out not
Call
even,
towards the door.
not even realizing I do it, I throw my hands up and then onto my head, and as I do it, I cast disguise self. And oh my god! What? This is. We need Ludie here now. Then I will go find him, and I move out the door swiftly.
Okay. So heading out the front door and pushing your heading out of the door of the little private room, and then heading out the front door. So open the front door, give like a look left and a look right as you see Ludie sort of come jogging down, panting a little bit as like Ludie has just gone for pretty well the better part of like a 15-20 minute run, zigzagging up and down. Comes back to the Weirwood Meadery.
Coming out the door. Sweetie!
Yeah. Oh, I haven't found her yet.
Come.
Okay.
And I see the little kid. Is the little kid there?
Little kid is now like face pressed against the window, seems to be waiting for someone inside.
Oh.
And is sort of like face pressed against the window and like looks over and like recognizes you as the dragon. And like takes a couple like steps close
You
and like
back away.
just stops moving, like hands down at the sides. And then like produces one finger.
What are you doing? I will eat you. Back away. And I'm gonna just squeeze the finger, you know,
Okay.
like wushu
Squeeze the
finger hold.
And you see like sort of like you hold the
What
finger
are you doing? He's a child.
and like they try to push against your hold with all their might.
You mustn't.
But they don't have a lot of might
This is
behind this
futile.
I have
finger.
nothing to prove to a
This is
child.
This is futile. Small child. Back from whence you came. Oh. What are you doing here? This is a.
What are you doing here?
Adult
It's a
establishment.
child. Let's go inside.
But honey, would you just please relax and don't call me Rex? I'm the copper woman.
Sort of like
Sorry,
shifting
Gregory.
their weight
Let's
side
head
to side.
back inside,
Don't call me
okay?
Gregory, that's a pathetic name.
Gregory's been said. It's canon.
I will-
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I said Max in the back alley, now you're just being rude. If I can give you any advice, young one, do not
He's just like looking up at you like,
do not accept
Oh
somebody
my god,
calling
and I
you by
open the
wrong
door
name.
and I head inside and I close the door on this ridiculous
And I
conversation.
go, oh, just, and then, one moment, that's my boyfriend, and, okay, and I close the door
I look
again.
like a girl right now. I have the.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
have the- yeah.
And then I do say boyfriend though.
Okay.
Just to confuse this child a little further.
yeah, you know, may as well.
Open the door, close it with now Rex in the robe, and kind of come in, and following the black-haired woman into the bar. Now,
Okay. Follow Ludie in. Doreen from the bar says, "Wait with you in just a minute there, love."
Hello, Doreen. She's with me.
And she turns around. Oh,
There.
have you got another addition
Oh.
to your?
Yes.
No, Doreen, it's me. And I'm.
Sort of like leans
I
hands.
tip the top hat off for just half a second, and my disguise melts away, and then I pop it back on.
You too in your disguises.
In dangerous times.
It's a little bit. Hey, what do you think of this one? So like, I think it might be beneficial.
Rex, we need to focus on finding Isla, okay?
Isla's. Oh, sorry, darling. Isla is just in the tasting room.
She's here. You could have said that.
I'm sorry.
I
Ludie.
leave you alone, and I go running off to the tasting room.
Okay. Isla, you were left in the room with the macchiato. Is there anything you would like to do to the macchiato?
That was suggestive.
It's not the cinnamon heart one.
Lean over and smell it.
Okay. Smell it. Smells like very dark coffee.
Oh, with burnt milk. Ooh. Hey, the phoenix.
Yes.
Is that Silence's bird?
That's Silence's bird.
Ooh. I just want to peek in. Is that a letter?
Yeah. So you break the seal and peek in.
Oh, you're looking at your letter.
Okay. So sort of sliding as much of your fingers as you can underneath the seal to try and keep it as intact as you can. Sort of give it like a little bit of a pop up, and it snaps just a little bit off of the top bit and opens up, and giving it like a little push out with your thumbs. You do see that like the top little bit that you push out, there's no writing on. You push it out like a couple little smidges more, and you start to see like the tops of writing.
Oh. Is it addressed to me?
From the bit that you can see, you can't see who it's addressed to yet.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just gonna put the letter and the package and the other
Nope.
note in my bag of holding.
Sounds good.
No, she's just inside, and I've already ordered food and drinks. Just, Ludie, please relax.
I think I'm
Yeah, I imagine.
heading off to the door, and I want to,
I was calling off after.
Okay. I'm gonna peer in at the
Okay.
door.
Peering into the room, you see Isla sitting at the big round table, half surrounded by booths, half surrounded by little stools.
Oh, I'm sorry. Normally I'm very friendly and more is company, and that's great.
Oh,
but this time
it's me. It's Ludie.
Oh.
You try and bury your face in this like long dark braid, and as you sort of nuzzle into it, you just like your face goes through it.
Oh, that's weird. You didn't answer me. I was trying to ping you guys and I couldn't find you.
I never heard it.
You okay?
Yeah, it got out already. I tried to stop the fire, but I couldn't. I was in there for so long, and the heat was so much, and the smoke, and
What about your lungs? You were in there that whole time because, that can cause like heart attacks and stuff.
I don't think I had a heart attack, no, but
Oh, but the smoke can make it happen later.
oh,
You okay?
I think so.
You should see a doctor, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And how did you find out about the fire? Were you?
I left early this morning because I wanted to come to the bar and check my post office. For whatever reason, they're closed for like 3 hours in the middle of the morning. So they weren't open.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting on the roof waiting for them to open and watching the sunrise because we used to do that all the time. And the sun was rising, it was really pretty, and then all of a sudden there was smoke. and then there was flames, and I didn't know where it was, but it was in the direction I came from, so I ran back, and then it was your house.
Yeah, I woke up to it. I was dead asleep, and Rex wasn't in bed. I don't know what he was doing, but all of a sudden I heard this crash, and I jumped out of bed, and I looked over and, down into the living room, and there was flames everywhere, and one of the windows was broken. I ran downstairs, and Rex was chasing after this person outside in the street, and I was like, don't kill him, because we gotta find out who did this. And then I couldn't put the fire out, and Rex lost his home. It's where he grew up, It's like his parents' home.
At that, can I come in the door with drinks and food?
Mm-hmm.
I carry the platter, assuming the Dorian would have been carrying. Well, I've got it, darling, no problem. Robe and all. So come in, okay? And I set the tray down. So what I got for you, I think you're really gonna like this. This is toast, right? But it is called French toast. It has cinnamon on it, and I kind of slide it towards you. I know you don't eat, but just put it on your tongue and try it, okay?
Okay.
And here's a drink for you. Just try it. And baby, okay? So it's that nice stuff we have from the High District. This is eggs. What do you call it? Eggs Benissimo?
Thanks, Benedict.
Yes. But they've substituted the ham for beef brisket.
Thanks, Rex.
Yep. And large glass of milk. And okay, everybody.
They got some mail, Isla.
Oh, Ludie! Oh, the stone! It went hot, and it's telling me that we can't stay here. I'm sorry.
What?
I got excited when I saw you, and I forgot, but we gotta go because what time is it now? It's like 7:30.
What stone? What are you talking about? What happened?
As in stone. We have to go to the.
What did he say? What
to
did
it's on my hand.
Gray Stag.
We have to go to the Gray Stag Meadery
Gray
at
Stag Meadery.
8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock? What time is it now?
It's like 7:20.
Oh my god! It's,
Yeah,
How far-
looking at
Rex,
your
do you know
watch,
what
it's
the
now
Gray
about
Stag
like
is?
7:35.
It's like 7:35.
oh my god.
Camera flips to me. I've just shoveled all the potatoes and sausage into my mouth. Do I know where the Gray Stag is?
Give me either a flat int or a survival check.
Flat int's better. 6.
Thinking as hard as you can. It's been like a very crazy morning, so your mind is sort of in a number of places. You remember the Gray Stag. You sort of know generally what direction it is in from here.
It's just.
Okay, let's just get going.
We
How
got-
far of a walk is
Just
it?
wait till we eat your food because it's going to be a big day. You trust me on that one. We'll talk. We'll just ask Dorian. Dorian will know.
Okay, well.
Wait, I'll just... let me go talk to her, okay?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna take my glass of milk.
If you're not going to eat the eggs Benissimo, I will.
I figured that we need to open up a post office of our own, or, a post box
Oh, we
for
have
Rex
that.
and I. Here, no, we just need a separate one for the two of us for our drug stuff. It's fine.
For our
Yeah.
drug stuff.
No one talks to us. The only person that knows we do
I
drugs
kick
is...
you under the table.
Oh.
And I head out of the, and I'm gonna head out and go chat with Doreen.
Well, you know Alan. He's always writing us letters and never knowing where to...
Alan doesn't know how to rap.
You don't know. Hey, Alan is a professional. And every
Alan
professional
lives
knows...
in a garbage can.
That is true. Alan lives in a garbage can.
Yeah, Alan's my supplier. He's pretty legit. Kale, show him what Alan looks like. He's a charmer.
It's a charmer.
No, well, Ludie's right. We've drug business to conduct.
Okay. So as you sit inside, shoveling copious amounts of foods in your mouth,
Oh yeah.
Ludie, you sort of exit around the front, come around to see Doreen. She's now cleaning a few glasses and sees you come. Oh, what can I do for you?
So you have like a post service thing here, right? It's not like just for Isla.
Well, yes, I will accept every so often a few parcels and things like that for various people that, I like to help.
Well, I don't need a post office or a post box or post whatever. I just need a place to store something, and where it can be safe and our house just burned down.
Yeah, I heard from Isla.
Yeah, and I've got something that I can't have on me. It's just really valuable. I shouldn't have said that. Look, I feel like you're really nice to Isla, and you just, there's not a lot of people, you know, that I know other than, you know, Isla and Rex that I can trust, but you've probably got the kind of smile I've seen in the last month, so I need a place to keep something where I know it will be safe.
Yeah, well, I can hold on to whatever you need me to hold on to. I can't necessarily guarantee that if my place goes down or if someone decides to take my things, I can't guarantee that anything will permanently stay here. I'm no bank, but I can hold on to something, sure.
Yeah, I don't trust the bank, so. Okay, well, is it like a? Can I go put it in it?
Just my back room, just where I keep the potatoes and things like that.
It's not like a locked
No?
set of box. I was picturing like a post office where you have like, you know, things you lock up. You don't have anywhere where it could, you know, be in a box or something.
Well, I have a small personal safe.
Could it go in the safe?
Well, how big of an item are we talking?
Can we go in the back room?
Whatever it is, it can go in the back room for sure.
No, can we go in the back room and I'll show you?
She sort of gives you a bit of a side eye and takes a couple steps back and, all right, leads you into the back room.
Okay, now I take off the backpack and out of this little backpack I pull
I
out
was like literally like starting to like rip at the seams from how full this thing is.
I pull out this massive ball gown.
Oh my. Okay. Yeah, we can keep it back here. There's no telling how clean it's gonna be after being back here, but I can keep it back here for you.
Okay. Maybe we should wrap it up or something. Do you have any like brown paper or like an old bag or something like that?
I mean, there's old burlap from the potatoes, but that's just about it.
None of this is exactly what I pictured. Okay, I will just, I'll take an old burlap from one of the potato bags.
All right. And she goes in the back and from like a small pile of like slightly folded little, not little, quite large burlap bags that she gets from the potatoes, she pulls one of those out and gives it a bit of a shake, and you see sort of like bits of dirt and little bits of potato that have dried inside this bag, sort of shakes it out and holds it out to you.
Oh, God. Okay, do you have any like paper or parchment or anything like that? I
Nothing
can
that's
use?
gonna fit your needs, sweetie.
No, I'm gonna like fold it up. I just want like something to wrap around it to like kind of protect it from the burlap.
She sort of looks around the area again and pulls out like a small like bar napkin, and then like a piece of wax paper that you put on like a small plate. And it's like, this is the best I got for wrapping things. Not really a to-go service here.
Okay. Do you have any string?
She looks around and finds like a small little spool of like thin, not like nice yarn, like what is that? Like the
Twine.
like the gardener's twine, that kind of stuff. Like finds like a spool of that.
Okay. I'll take some of that and then I fold it up as neatly as I can and I put it in the burlap sack and then I fold the burlap sack back over itself until it's like this kind of neat little
Mhm.
package, and then I take this twine, and I'm gonna kind of tie across around it, to kind of like hold it all together.
Okay.
And then I just set it back in her office, I guess.
She doesn't really have an office. She has the storage room. She
Oh,
has
the
like the
storage
back room.
room.
Yeah, set it back
Okay.
in the back room that you're in.
Yeah, in the
Okay.
back
So
room.
set it down in there.
Yeah.
She goes, all right, well, and sort of motions towards the door out.
Oh, and then I dig in my pocket and I pull out I'll pull like 5 platinum.
Okay.
How much is 5 platinum? Is that 50 gold?
50 gold.
Okay. Okay.
So pull that out, and she goes, "Oh, sweetie, you don't need to. It's
No, just to ensure it's safekeeping.
all right." And she takes the 5 platinum. Now I do need to run the bar.
Yeah, I'll be going. And thank you. Bye.
Okay. And heading out back to the bar, you sort of exit out back behind the bar and head back to the little smoking private room with your friends where you see them. So you enter, you see Rex and Isla sitting around a table. Rex has like 2 empty plates of food that he has completely cleared off in front of him. Isla's currently sipping on this like small little macchiato.
Well, it's not.
And that's where we're gonna end the session
Oh!
for tonight. It is 10 p.m.
Oh!
So we will pick up next week, beginning the arc with Ezen and going to rescue Ludie's mom.
All right.
On the High District.
I guess I can wait.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Dungeons and Drama Managers. Really appreciate all the support from you guys. It's super duper nice to see people tuning in and people being active in the chat. It's just very, very, very heartwarming. So
Yeah.
very grateful for you guys. Before we peace out, anything that needs to be said?
No, that's it.
Awesome.
That's been sums it up. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, we'll see you next Sunday. Have
See
a
you
great
next
rest of your
Sunday.
week, you guys, and we'll catch you later.
Bye.